What's up, my pink brony bros? You're a pink brony bro, and you dance at the gay club. What's going on, people? It is I, your host. Who am I? You know who I am. Michael Garza. 4-3. Okay, here we go. What's going on, my pink brony bros? We are getting in, we're getting out, we're getting all over the place. We're getting all of our spooge everywhere. We're getting a little creamed. We're pulling up additional information. What up, Eric Von Eric? Appreciate you, my brony bro. Eric, you're my pink brony bros. What's up, Annie? What up, Eric? We got you covered. We're back. The bronies. The pink brony bros. All day long in a juicy man thong. That's what we're doing tonight. All day long in a juicy man thong. I'm gonna make it tight. Everybody knows, everybody goes, everybody flows, everybody knows. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Welcome to the show, everybody. It is I, your host, Michael Garza. We're here. We're live, and yes, I've been calling myself Garza. I don't care. I got some chicken in the slow cooker. I'm going to eat some of that tonight before I go to bed. And eat some of it in the morning. Triggering liberals, it's about to, exactly, dude. That's all I do, man. Liberals get mad at me, dude. Liberals get mad at Zaddy. They call me Zaddy. They call me Zaddy. Oh, yeah. Let's rock and roll, everybody. Let's rock it out, man. Tim Smith says, chicken in the slow cooker. I feel like this ends with a DNA test, says Tim Smith. We got my boy Tylord. We got Annie in the house. We got Tim Smith in the house. And to all of you, I say, no gooning. It's good to see you guys. It's the gooning trio. We got Eric Von Eric as well. So we got four brony bros. My gooner brony bros. What is up, dude? You guys are gooning. You guys got to stop gooning, man. I keep telling everybody stop gooning, but nobody listens. Nobody listens to Zaddy, all right? Nobody listens to the Zad. But it's good to see you all. It's good to have you all on here. Trump is dominating. Our boy Trump is dominating. Is dominating Iran hard. We're going to react to something really interesting, though, before we start going into my boy Donald Trump and everything. It's our boy. Trump's our boy. Trump is our man, dude. I'm a fanboy, dude. I can't help it. I just can't help it. He's just such he's a top G. He's a top G. I just got done doing a walk earlier. Feel good.
Look, Los Angeles.
Okay, we'll keep it with the driving theme and when things don't work out.
Yeah.
Out of control teenagers taking over streets across the nation now.
A lot of these people aren't teenagers, by the way. They're just young adults.
Scenes from Los Angeles, just a glimpse of what cities are dealing.
Dude, Los Angeles is a hell. I mean, Los Angeles was already a hellhole before, but what is happening? Teenagers are taking over Los Angeles. What are they doing? Just trying to destroy it? Hey, we got my boy Tylord playing some video games. Oh shit, dude, this happened last time, man. Hold on. I'm going to put the video on the screen. I know, you guys. I made a mistake. I can't run for president now. Here we go. Okay, now the video's showing.
It's not.
It's good to see you guys. It's good to see Tim Smith. Good to see you. I know Annie, Tim Smith. Calm down. Ty-Lord, Tim Smith, and Annie. I don't want to rub you guys down with baby oil. All right. Don't make that. I don't want that to happen. All right. No baby oil. I will not rub you down in baby oil.
Not just L.A. Right now, city council members in Washington, D.C. are preparing to vote on extending the emergency youth curfew meant to curb these wild events.
Oh, my God.
You're watching Outnumbered. I'm Harris Faulkner here with my co-host Emily Campagno. Joining us today, Molly Line, Fox News correspondent, Lisa Booth.
Okay, I'm trying to understand, why are teenagers vandalizing everything?
News political
Takeovers,
analyst,
you mean riots? Yeah.
And with us for the first time.
Yeah, this is definitely not a takeover. This is a riot. This is what the left does, dude. The leftists are very good at rioting. That's all they know what to do. That's all they know how to do. It's the leftist way.
Captain Barry Butch Wilmore, former NASA astronaut and author of Stuck in Space, as astronauts hope through the unexpected. Amazing. Okay, I can't go on with any stories without touching with you. First of all, welcome.
Let me go back.
In the last few months, police in 11 cities have responded to takeovers, some of which have turned violent. Many of them
They're all violent. Every single one of them is violent. I've seen the videos. They're all violent.
Are organized on social media, so they're getting bigger as more people respond. Like this one. Let's take a look. It turned a Wisconsin mall into a madhouse. Videos show hundreds of masked spring breakers invading stores and starting fights. And at least 13 people were arrested in that one. Law enforcement officials are warning.
Sir loves a lot, man. Yeah, dude. Honestly, the way the leftists throw temper tantrums, it's like they're overgrown children. A lot of these leftists are overgrown children. That's the problem. Some people have problems with Donald Trump. I just have a problem with insane leftists vandalizing shit. It happens way too fucking often. Tim Smith, I mean, you might be onto something, man. If Asmund Gould was to start projecting all the videos on his forehead, that would be amazing. I'd be down for that. That'd be fun. Maybe I should do that. You guys think I should probably put some videos on my forehead? That'd be hilarious. Be tight.
Warning, viral videos of these events are breeding copycats now.
Of course.
And police departments say they are overwhelmed as a small gathering can devolve into chaos very quickly. Lisa, what's your thought?
That's crazy.
I blame Democrats. Full stop. I mean, for decades and years now, they have been.
Yeah, the Democrats have been a big problem, and I'll tell you why. The Democrats have basically shown teenagers that they can act like a piece of shit and not have any consequences to it. Think about it. Summer of Love riots, nobody really went to jail as far as I know. All the looting, all the rioting. It's mainly looting. It's rioting and looting. I mean, they go hand in hand, but it's primarily they're trying to steal shit. That's what leftists do. They complain and then they vandalize shit, and then usually their complaints are stupid. These are the same people that believe in communism and socialism. They believe in really, really ridiculous ideas, essentially. Ain't that the truth? Amen.
Been leading this breakdown.
How do you blame Democrats whenever the Republicans are the ones in power? Why don't the Republicans just go and send people in and get rid of this? And put the FBI on figuring out who the main people who are making and organizing this, and then put them up on charges for, like, inciting a riot.
That's a high IQ take. Because, if you go on those social media platforms and you figure out who started it, you got to figure out who started all this. And then you got to, press charges against them, basically, for encouraging terrorism in a riot. I think rioting is another form of terrorism, to be honest. When you start vandalizing stuff, It's not protesting, it's rioting. You know, I love how all the Democrats were saying, "Oh, the people in Minnesota, they're just protesting." No, they weren't just protesting. They were vandalizing, they were looting, and they were rioting. They were also interfering with ICE investigations, which is why I'm pro-ICE. You know, I was kind of on the fence about ICE, and then I started seeing the stupid Karens down in Minnesota, and then I thought, you know what? If they hate ICE, I love ICE. I love ICE because of leftist Karens. Leftist Karens inspired me to really love ICE. Yeah. Yeah, rioting is a form of terrorism because if you're vandalizing shit and stealing shit, you're terrorizing small business owners or big business owners, one or the other. Yeah, just quit terrorizing. You know, it's still a form of terrorism, I think. I think rioting and looting, I think it's just another form of terrorism. Yeah, so terrorism has to be explicitly political. Did you ever notice that all the leftists are usually vandalizing in the name of something political? Orwell the Resident? Come on, bro. Come on. Think this fucking thing through, dude. It's terrorism. Because they're pissed off that nobody can see their ridiculous point of view, and because nobody wants to see their point of view because their point of view sucks, so they throw a temper tantrum and start vandalizing shit.
Like, how do you blame Democrats? This is the Republicans' fault. Because again, if you have the gun in your hand and you don't pull the trigger, that's your fault. They're not pulling the trigger.
Society from all different vantage points, from a policy standpoint to the narrative around policing, also culturally as well. I mean, you look at the policing angle, all the soft on crime stuff that Democrats have pushed, the elimination of...
Well, I mean, the Democrats have been extremely soft on crime, especially in California, especially here in Oregon. Too many pieces of shit can get away with too many things here in Oregon. I will admit, Coos County, we do have certain laws that prevent people from being absolute pieces of shit. But I will say, I would not want to live in Portland. Portland is a fucking cesspool. It's a cesspool of terrible people. And yeah, I think if you live in Portland, I'm not saying you are a terrible person, but you probably are. Because Portland is rife with drug addicts and crazy people. Enough said. Easy money. California might be 5 times worse, though.
Abolishing the police, and then you get to culturally...
Local government? You really think that they can't figure out something to do to them? You really think they can't figure out a single thing?
With welfare, incentivizing single-family homes, punishing marriage as well. You look at the breakdown of God, of, you know, mocking God as well, mocking the family unit. And then you look at the narrative around policing. You could go back to Michael Brown, hands up, don't shoot. President Obama pushed that lie. He said it was a breakdown of, you know, the policing and, you know, really blamed the police throughout the era. You look at Kamala Harris. She went and...
The kids are going psycho, man. The kids are going crazy. All the teenagers are vandalizing and shit, and... they're just vandalizing. If you guys can, though, double tap the screen to like the stream. One more time, double tap the screen to like the stream. The more likes we get, the better. We're trying to get to 100 likes before the end of the stream, so double tap the screen to like the stream. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let's go, dude. Let's get it on.
Told Jacob Blake in Wisconsin that she was proud of him. A guy who showed up at his own victim's home to re-victimize her and then pulled a knife on police officers. Kamala Harris also encouraged people to fund the Minnesota Bail Fund as well and to bail out some of those rioters in Minnesota.
Start charging everyone as adults for violent crimes, no exceptions for kids. Yeah, I mean, it's the police's fault. Yeah, I don't know, but Democrats run the inner cities. What? You just send in the feds and you get them. You send the feds to the kid's house, you arrest the kid, and then you take him and you put him in a federal prison. And you hold them with...
I mean, Asmund Gould's on the right track, man. Get it, brother. Asmund Gould, stud.
Without bail. If the
hey, thank you guys for double tapping the screen to like the stream, though.
Judge says you can't do it, then say, come get him. Fuck him. That's what you should do. Like, obviously. Like, I mean, what do you mean? For what federal crime? I don't know. Make something up.
Mayor Johnson said that law enforcement was a sickness. So you can go down all the way down the line and see how they have led to this degradation of society and this breakdown of society. So I blame the Democrats, full stop.
You got to remember, like, they charged Trump 34 times for the same thing. Just make some shit up.
That is true. All the charges that were against Trump were all made up anyway, allegedly. So it's like, that's why they were dropped. The 34 counts, they were like, you know what? The only reason we did this was to prevent him from becoming prez. So let's drop him. We all know why those counts existed against Trump in New York. It was all fake. Because if they were real, then they wouldn't have dropped the charges. But when the charges are dropped, the charges never mattered. The charges were invalid. And we know the charges against Trump, we all know were invalid. Were not valid at all. Letitia James, you're a terrible person, allegedly.
You know, my guest last hour, Kelly Simpson, was a former U.S. attorney, Emily. And I thought of you when he talked about consequences. And he said this needs a Pavlovian response.
I like that, the bell with the dog.
Yeah.
If we view this through the lens of these are children, then we need to see that they are victims. And they could...
They're not victims.
No, they're not. They're basically coming around, vandalizing and stuff. No, they're not victims. They're criminals. They should be treated as such. This is ridiculous. They're all getting together in groups, and they're all vandalizing shit. So, who knows? Maybe LA will be a total shithole here soon enough. I mean, then again, I don't blame teenagers for doing this. Well, I do blame them, but I do understand where they're coming from because... honestly, they have no real future because AI is going to take every job they'll ever try to apply for. They don't have much hope. There's no future for these kids. None.
What do you mean they're victims?
None at all.
What do you mean they're victims? What do you mean by that? You're fucking crazy, bro. People say I'm crazy. So what about what I'm saying is crazy? Let me ask you. I don't want Democrats doing the same thing. Or you're not falling into that. Let me get this. So, what is this? Like, what am I saying that's crazy?
I mean, I think Asman's on the right path, man. If you guys don't think Asman's on the right path, then whatever. But no, Asman Gould's on the exact right path. I don't understand why everybody's being so freaking crazy towards him. Asman's the man, dude. Rick from Oregon says they'll have a hard time buying a house. Yeah. Dude, the future does look pretty bleak for this upcoming generation. It really does. I mean, these kids don't have I feel like these kids don't have a shot, you know? I just don't. So I do understand, psychologically speaking, why these kids are willing to just destroy everything they see, because they just don't see a future, they just don't see any hope, and all they want to do is get together and vandalize shit, which is understandable. Totally get it. Totally get it. Give me a moment, my brony bros. But it's good to see you all. We're going to continue to be sexy and fresh and do the show the way we want to do it.
I want to understand this. I'm so tired of the tit for tat argument. Yeah, it's naive. Feds can't arrest you for state crimes. Okay, then just make up a federal crime and arrest them for that. Like there's like 1,000 federal crimes that you can commit. Just make something up and go get them.
Asmon's on one, dude. I love it, man. I love it. Oh my God, we got Frog Eat Frog in the house.
Frog Eat Frog says. Garza. Surlavesla 2000 says. Created in this image, act like it, people.
Absolutely, bronies. Absolutely. I love it. Thank you guys for joining in. We got Orwell the Resident in here. We got Odin, unfortunately. Sir Loves a Lot's been sexy. Rick from Oregon. I just noticed that his name had Oregon in it.
Rick from Oregon says. They'll have a hard time buying a house. Annie01200 says. Hey, Frog Eat Frog.
Yeah, most millennials, I should say most of the kids growing up in today's age are going to have a hell of a time trying to purchase a home. They're going to have the hardest time trying to purchase a home. Give me a second, though. I want to get my notebook out. You know, I want to, because I have some ideas. I've been trying to journal more. And, chicken smells good. All right. Oh. Just make sure that you guys simp to the channel.
What's the problem with that? Like, I don't know, do you want me to look this up? So, I just look up right here, federal crimes including surrounding riots. And so riots, main federal anti-law is criminalizes traveling interstate or foreign commerce. You could say that foreign commerce is doing it over social media, and it's interstate because it's on social media.
I don't know if foreign commerce, maybe if you're using TikTok, I guess they could. I don't know. I'm not much of a lawyer. But they could make up some shit, though, dude. Spider-Man. Huh? Oh, man. Frog Eat Frog is looking sexy. Oh, man. But, yeah, I think the thing is I got lucky. I got lucky in the sense that I was really determined, and I felt like there was hope for me. So the only thing I can really do is, do my YouTube channel, do my swing trading, do my delivery driving services. And then, that's pretty much it. That's how I make the majority of my money.
And you're inciting a riot. You just pick them up from that. Literally.
I don't own a home. I honestly kind of accepted that I will never probably own a home. And I don't mind renting for the rest of my life because, honestly, all my dividend income pays for most of my shit. So I'm good. So, I mean, I pretty much just invested a lot. I realized that I could have a life. The best thing I could do, one of the reasons I'm going to say this, one of the reasons why I've become very successful in my life is because, one, I stopped going on social media. That was a big deal. Going on social media and seeing all these people live these different lives, I felt like there was a little bit of a keeping up with the Joneses effect. When you're on social media, everybody's your neighbor. That's a problem. I think that's a huge problem. So you don't want everybody to be your neighbor. So the best thing you could do is shut it off. I feel way more connected to the world when I am not using social media. When I am using social media, I feel depressed, agitated, and I feel kind of spiteful. Yeah, I think social media kills your attention span more than anything. Yeah, I don't use Facebook. I don't use Instagram. I don't use TikTok. The only thing that's closely resembles social media for me is I do use YouTube. But mainly to create content. I don't really even watch a lot of content on YouTube, but I really enjoy creating content for YouTube. I try to make it educational. I try to make it fun. But yeah, that's just me.
So simple. So it's so easy. I'm on your side, Bo. It's just not wanting Democrats to have that power.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're on his side. Because I think this guy's afraid that Democrats would do the exact same thing in their position.
God. Oh my God. They already do, man. They already do this to begin with.
I mean, Democrats do abuse power already. So, I mean, like, us abuse... I agree with Asman on that. So one thing I could say is, since the Democrats abuse power, maybe the Republicans should too.
Do you really think that the thing that's holding these people back is the fact that it would be hypocritical? Do you really think that that's the way it works? Like, what was holding Democrats back from charging Trump for 34 counts of the wrong thing for a felony? Mm-hmm. What was holding them back for that? No good? No. I mean, I have no problem with the Insurrection Act. I think they should do it tomorrow. No, but what I'm saying is that so you even acknowledge that it's possible to do this. Are we going to operate under the assumption that the good guys will always be in power? No, and that's why you need to make sure that it's as close to that.
Yeah, you should never assume that good people are going to be in power later on down the road. You have to have checks and balances. You have to have restrictions. That's good. I think, look, that's one of the reasons why I love the American government, is because we have 3 branches of government, legislative, judicial, and executive. Those are the 3 keys, right? You need those separate. So the most important thing is, 1, have the separation of powers. The powers must be separate. Judicial must never align with the legislative. Legislative should never align with the executive. Period. End of story. They should all do their own thing. There must be a separation of powers at all times. You know it. I know it. You know I'm right. You got to keep the powers separate at all times. By the way, if you guys can, double tap the screen to like the stream. One more time, double tap the screen to like the stream. It does help the channel grow in a lot of ways. I got a small dong. So, like I said, double tap the screen to like the stream. It makes me feel better about myself. It makes me feel like I got a huge slangus. And, yeah.
It's possible. That's my point. So, like, yeah, you really think that they're not doing that? Like, I think that you have this naive notion that your enemies will not do things if you don't do those things. Your enemies will do whatever they can to beat you. If you're...
That's true. In any sort of engagement, there rarely are truly any rules of engagement. Frog Eat Frog says Garza earned his citizenship today. St. Pinor says, I pooped. Tylord says, I feel like as I watch movies, time to go for a walk. Yeah, hell yeah. What's a schlangus? You don't want to know. You don't want to know what a schlongus or a slangish is, all right? Schlangish is, all right? Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. You don't want to know.
Unwilling to do that, those people will overwhelm you. That's it. And, you know, it's actually, we shouldn't jail the kids. Well, let me pull this up. Because this person seems like, this person seems like just kind of it's another, like, the thing is, me being crazy about this and then you being afraid of Democrats doing it to you, you're completely buck broken. You're totally buck broken, and you're captured inside of an ideological trap that has been created by enemies in order to prevent you from being able to advocate for your best interests. We shouldn't jail the kids. Why shouldn't we jail the kids? This is gonna be the last person we're gonna pull up. Why shouldn't we jail the kids? It's more about legal precedents. And if they could, they would have crucified Trump, but case law didn't allow it. They only got mindless change. Next time they'll have more ammo. Yeah, and next time they...
Hold on. Fun fact, Garza puts both in his bottom. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no. Frog eat frog. Come on, bro.
Try to do it for them, they'll have more ammo, too. Incorrect? You're still wrong about this? Well, what is it? What am I wrong about? We shouldn't be jailing the kids. You aren't going far enough. They need to be an example. Oh, you think we should shoot them? I don't want to listen to this. It just seems like another retard.
Sometimes you can't listen to the chat. Sometimes it's best to avoid listening to the chat in these instances. However, I do enjoy listening to you guys in the chat. Some of you, I would say I enjoy listening to about 30% of you in the chat. 70% of you tend to be leftist crazy nutbags.
Victims. Okay. And when we talk about the violence, the nature of the crimes that they're engaging in, it is absolutely horrifying. And if you want to have that party, see them for what they will, well, then they should understand that there's...
You know, I think the reason I don't listen to leftists is because they're really hyperbolic about everything, and I just can't take them seriously because of how much hyperbole they use. That pisses me off. Like, stop being hyperbolic about shit. Stop making it seem like every single thing that Trump does is the end of the world. It's not. You just overreact to things. And that's true. There's so many people who overreact to shit in this world. It's insane. We're going to watch a little bit of Trump Daddy here in a little bit, but...
An epidemic of opportunity and threats to these kids' safety. Now, if you want to look at it through the lens of them being adults, it makes it all the more frightening, and that's what I think we should do.
Yeah.
The enforcement mechanism has been totally gutted here. Arrests mean nothing without actual incarceration and consequences that the attorney talked about. The reality is that we have demoted...
You guys got to double tap the screen to like the stream, or tap the subscribe button, one or the other. Either tap the subscribe button or both. Double tap the screen to like the stream one more time. Double tap the screen to like the stream. We're trying to get to 100 likes in the next 30 minutes. Once again, we're trying to get to 100 likes in the next 30 minutes. So don't forget to tap the screen, double tap the screen to like the stream.
Family court into some type of summer camp for them. There are no consequences. There's zero accountability, and there's zero incentive for those kids to succeed whatsoever. What options have we provided?
Yeah, and here's the thing. She's right. These kids don't have much of a future here in America. They're being priced out of everything. Think about it. The kids are being priced out of a home. Hell, even renting an apartment can be very expensive depending on where you live. I mean, I don't want to say everyone's screwed. I feel like a lot of these kids just don't see that there's any hope or purpose in their lives. And that's what it is. It's just a wasteland, you know. A very wise teacher of mine, Mr. Clark, once warned, well, I should say based on a lot of some of the Greek mythology and stuff like that, or not just Greek mythology, but other stories that we had read in English class, he had warned in a sense that of, you know, of a wasteland. And when I say wasteland, I mean like no morals, no God, no nothing, you know? It's like the atheist dystopian wasteland. I fear that a little bit. And I'll tell you why, because, you know, I'm not very religious at all. But at the same time, I do believe that it's important that we have religious people. Because if you have everybody believing in atheism, they think they can just... They have nothing to lose, really, at that point. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Let's keep watching.
Provided for them. None in the public school sector.
They have plenty of options. They have plenty of opportunities. And the idea that it's society's fault that a bunch of retards want to go out and do donuts in the middle of an intersection and break into stores is outrageous. The idea that the country is at fault because some animal can't stop stealing from Kohl's is insane. I don't want to hear that.
We've talked about the millions.
Honestly, some law and order would be a good thing here.
Millions of dollars that we've shoved toward the unions. They're not being educated. They're not being cared for. They're not being fed in some instances. We've degraded the family unit, so they're not going home to God. They're not going.
Yeah, the only people they're going home to is their woke single mother who can't keep a guy because she's crazy and woke.
Going home to a stable unit. Perhaps their one family member is out working 4 jobs to try to put that food on the table. So instead, they're incentivized by social media, by the dopamine hit.
That is kind of... Honestly, I don't know if you guys saw that, but the guy that was doing those little drifties around everybody in that intersection, that was actually kind of impressive. That was very impressive. Holy shit. I'm not encouraging this sort of behavior. I'm just saying that may be like Vin Diesel.
And by the apps that
you used
encourage...
to steal too, by the way? Yeah, of course I'd steal. Why wouldn't I? There's nothing that's going to happen to you for it. Duh. People respond to incentives. Why would you not steal something if you know you're going to get away with it?
Them to be...
I mean, that is kind of true. It's an unfortunate truth that he's putting out there, but it is true. Holy crap, Asmund, dude. Asmund might be the philosopher of our time. He's like our Nostradamus. He is millennial Nostradamus.
Violent and to be viral.
Maybe he's Jesus. I don't know. Oh my God. Is Asmund Jesus? Just kidding.
At the expense of the collateral damage, which is good American citizens losing their lives, their livelihoods, and their property. And we're supposed to just call them kids?
Ooh, you know what you just tipped into? So we've been following all these social media trials. Think about the victims in some of these, and people do get hurt in some of these instances. Think about the argument that they can make, like this formed on social media. Are you going to try to call this or block it? And a lot of these people are minors, according to my last guest.
No, you
the
just...
U.S. Attorney.
No, this is the stupidest argument ever. It has nothing to do with social media. It's the people that are saying it on social media need to be held accountable, obviously.
Stimson said most of the carjackings in Washington, D.C. are by 14-year-olds. I mean, it's a lot. Your thought?
It's just a symptom of the breakdown of the family.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, look, most of the carjackings are done by 14-year-olds. That makes sense because they don't own a car. They want to get somewhere. Maybe they got a neglectful parent. They got to drive the car somewhere. Kind of makes sense. Kind of. I don't know, bro. I just don't know.
I mean, obviously, dads, where are you? Stepping in to train your children. I know my daughters, when they were...
They call me Zaddy.
Born, as soon as they could understand English, the very first thing...
Everybody knows not to steal a car. Everybody knows don't steal a car.
It should be obvious. It really should be obvious, but then again, the problem is, I mean, like I said, it's a decay in the fabric of society. What we're witnessing is a decay in the fabric of society. Straight up, man. Straight up. And this is why these little riots are happening in L.A. I mean, these kids feel like they got no future, which they don't. Let's be honest. I don't even know if half of us feel like we got a future anymore. But no, I mean, look, I'm doing good in life. I'm lucky. I'm doing good. I wouldn't say I'm lucky. I worked hard, but I will say hard work and smart work create luck, in my opinion. And I've been lucky because of the hard work and the smart work that I put in to this. And I'm very fortunate. I'm not going to lie. I'm a very fortunate man to be able to be in the position that I'm in. You know, it was no more than like 6 months ago that I got fired from T-Tech. They lied. I want to make sure that's very clear. They said I was unprofessional, which was a lie. And I'm just happy that I'm not with that company anymore. T-Tech is an awful company, just to let everybody know, so don't ever go there. Don't ever work for them, man. They're very much so a bad company. Let's keep going.
If they're doing it, it's because they want to.
I trained them on is that you will not disrespect your mother. That was the number one rule in our home, and it still is. And from that, you grow respect for mankind, for others, and also for society, and also for our nation. And those individuals that are making this nation great, and the looting you see taking place in these videos, it's just very sad. Break down the family is a big part of this.
I think my thought, all great points, the breakdown of the family, the challenges with policy. Another thing is the effort from law enforcement to catch up with something. With social media taking off and allowing this collaboration, they're now turning to, these other takeovers that sometimes use vehicles. Very, very dangerous. These, not necessarily, but there have been a lot of laws that have been put in place to address those kinds of...
Tim Smith says T-Tech is down 28% since they fired Garza. I'm going to put that on the
Tim Smith 4118 says,
real quick.
TTEC is down 28% since they fired Garza.
Is that fucking true, by the way? If that's true, I'm going to laugh my ass off. Hold on. Let's look up T-Tech. Hold on. Oh. Fucking A. Hold on. T-Tech. I'm going to look up T-Tech stock. Oh, why am I on Yahoo, dude? It doesn't matter. Why the hell is my default search engine yahoo.com? Although I am pretty gay for yahoo.com, not going to lie. Wow, dude, T-Tech is shit. Holy crap, dude. T-Tech fucking does blow. Let's look at... Dude, because I was fired. I was fired from T-Tech about 6 months ago. Let's see what they're doing on here. Holy crap, man. No way. No, in the last 6 months, they're only down 0. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. I take that back. They are down. They are really down. Holy crap. Let me see what the 6 month... It should give me an accurate percentage for the 6 month on Robinhood. I'm a T-Tech shareholder, by the way. I invested in the company when I was working for them. I don't plan on selling my shares, but I don't plan on buying any more shares because I might. Who knows? Let me see. They are a shitty company, by the way. T-Tech is an awful, shitty company, and I kind of want to short them. I would love to short T-Tech, by the way. Well, Geez, yeah, in the last 3 months, no joke, T-Tech is down 29.61% in the last 3 months. And year-to-date, on their year-to-date, they are down 31.15%. They actually had a decent month. In this last month has actually been decent for them. This week has been all right for them, too. But yeah, T-Tech Holdings as overall, I think is a shitty investment. But I'm not going to lie, though. I am kind of tempted to buy them at a lower price, assuming assuming that they could even still be a profitable company of any kind. I mean, it would be kind of a... I mean, I would be taking a risk if I bought more shares of T-Tech because, honestly, I do think the company is rotten to the core. I think that they suck ass in so many ways. I will say if T-Tech stock goes down to like $1 per share, I'll probably buy like $100 worth of it. I'd buy 100 shares of T-Tech at $1 per share. It would be probably pretty close to their book value, too, based on their price over earnings ratios and stuff. Hold on. Yeah, honestly... I would take a chance on T-Tech. I mean, it's a bit of a it's definitely a risk in my opinion. Let's see. I mean, technically as a shareholder, if I was to become a majority shareholder of that company, that would suck. Of course, I'm not going to put that much money down to be a majority shareholder of a shitty company like T-Tech. But let's keep going.
Of takeovers with motorcycles. Yes. Yeah. And now they're planning to use those laws to effectively react to this in the same way. And one of the other things that I think might potentially be powerful is to going after the organizers.
Small wiener gang.
Not just criminally, but civilly as well. Now, whether or not there's much to recoup
She's right
there,
about that.
but to hold them responsible in some sort of way.
Yeah.
So I think
or go after their parents.
Enforcement is also struggling.
Yeah, T-Tech. Yeah, Matthew Gardner, T-Tech. It sucks ass, dude. T-Tech is a shitty company. Maybe they'll get bought and you'll make some cash. That is true. I mean, T-Tech, if T-Tech's stock price goes down low enough and their market capitalization goes low enough and some company actually wants to buy them out, they might do it. They may do it. But what's up, my brony bros? How you guys doing? But yeah, dude, T-Tech is a bullshit company. Honestly, if they went bankrupt, I would not cry about it. I would be very happy about it because it was when they bought out First Call Resolution, also known as FCR. They honestly made things worse over time by injecting their own stupid culture into our company because we were pretty profitable as a company on a standalone. We weren't like super duper, but yeah. Oh shit, okay. TJ is saying, oh hell yeah, hold on.
Stocks from Oliverum says, I just got a new car and I paid with silver. To a guy from church. Another Subaru Forester, but 2 years newer.
Dude, hell yeah, Subaru Forester, that's fucking tight. Let me look that up real quick. Let's take a look. I'm going to look up Subaru Forester. That sounds sick. Subaru Forester. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what those cars look like. Oh, okay, that's kind of a tight car. Hell yeah. Oh, I've seen this car before. These things are awesome. That's a hell of a pick, man. I can't believe you got a Subaru Forester. And you paid... Oh, a 2009 one? Fuck yeah, dude. That's really pimp. Dude, honestly, anytime you can get a used car, like that's actually in good condition, it's perfect, man. Nah, dude, TJ, you're on the right track, man. I love that. Oh, if you guys can, though, don't forget to tap the like button. Double tap the screen to like the stream. One more time, double tap the screen to like the stream. The more likes we get, the better. It does help the channel grow. Let's keep going, man.
To catch up with this as it gets underway.
So what's interesting about that, you talked about the parents.
Only 5 ounces of silver? That's not bad at all, dude. Holy shit. I can't believe he accepted 5 ounces of silver for a 2009 Forester. Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, those Subaru Foresters are pretty big, man.
Specifically, the father in the home. You start
wheelchair takeover win. I don't know.
That's true.
I don't know if that one's going to happen.
I mean, I'll speak to the men out there because I am a man and I am a father. I mean, men should raise their daughters to be an example for the type of man that they would seek to marry and spend their life with. And they should raise their sons to be the type of man that their sons would emulate. And we have a breakdown in society. I just read a statistic. It's either 1 in 4 or 1 in 3 households in the nation are fatherless.
Holy shit! Really?
1 in 3 households in the nation are fatherless? Are you shitting me? So 33% of all households have... No wonder so many people have daddy issues, dude. That's insane. Yeah, you got that at a discount, man, but that's a good deal, brother. That's awesome that you were able to get a really cool car like that at a deep discount, dude. That's sick as fuck. That really is pretty dope, TJ. Hell yeah. Dude, thanks for letting us know about that. That's fucking pimp, dude. But thank you guys for double tapping the screen to like the stream one more time if you guys can. The more likes we get, the more the YouTube algorithm pushes us out to other people. So double tap the screen to like the stream. Let's go, dude. The more people who like, the better, man. Keep it going, man. Keep it flowing. Keep it flowing. Sorry for the delay, everybody. Did I put that on? Okay. Carb ASMR, man. All right, let's keep watching.
In this nation, it's 3 times the global average. Globally, it's about 7%. And it's 23.
Wow.
Depending on what survey you see, up to 33%
I know that.
of fatherless homes in our nation.
Holy
and
shit.
the breakdown of the home, like I said, and the fact that these kids aren't getting the stable understanding of respect and those things that dads bring to the table. Moms do too, certainly, but that stable family unit is very impactful on our society, and we've seen it, and we continue to.
Lisa?
Man.
Yeah, I mean, the police shouldn't be up to them to parent these kids. I mean, to your point, Captain, it should start at with the parents.
Indeed.
And I guarantee if that household was more structured and there were 2 parents checking in on their kids, we would see a reduction in this.
I know if I were in this video and my dad were to see me in that video, he would be first very saddened. He would
I think that this is just
take it personally against him, and then as a
I will admit, Fox News is very much a boomer channel, but I would rather watch Fox News than MSNBC. You know what I mean? Kemoy Chapman. Whoa! We got Kemoy Chapman in the house. He just sent a 404 error. No way. Kemoy Chapman sent a 404 error. If it gives me the ability to love it, I'm going to have B-sex with it. Chapman in the house. He just sent a 404 error. No way. Yeah, by the way, Kemoy Chapman, I just gave it a love. I gave it a heart. I gave it a like. Dude, that is so sweet, dude. Thank you, Kemoy. I love you, Kemoy. We just got a 404 error code gift card. How fucking tight is that, man? That is so fucking cool, dude. Thank you, Kemoy. I love you, bro. My boy, Kemoy. Thank you so much for the 404 error gift. I really do appreciate it, brother. Oh, he just sent another. He's sending sparkles, dude. Thank you for sending the sparkles, my boy, Kemoy. Fuck yeah, dude. Everybody give a shout out to Kemoy Chapman. 4-3. Trifecta. Hold on, you guys. I gotta do a few sit-ups and stuff. I gotta flex my back a little bit. You know what I mean? I gotta flex my back. So, give me 1 second. Sometimes I gotta do sit-ups to get my back straightened out. All right.
As a college student, I'm still under his purview. There'd be repercussions. There would be accountability.
Yeah,
and that's what we don't see.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, if my dad found out I was in one of these videos,
Hold on.
Tim Smith 4118 says, sometimes I minimize the window and just listen to the sound of Garza chewing, and imagine it's a baby koala chewing on bamboo.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Thank you so much, Brony. I appreciate it, man. That was a great comment. That was great, man. Thank you so much. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Kemoy Chapman once again. I'm going to go over what Kemoy Chapman sent. And we all love Kemoy Chapman on this channel. So Kemoy Chapman started off by sending me a 404 error code gift. He sent a 100 for 2 jewels. He sent another 100, another 100s, 8 100s. He also sent a grand total of 17 sparkles. So, Kemoy, I want to thank you for sending those 17 sparkles. And then Kemoy Chapman also sent 4 floating hearts. And for that, my boy, my brony boy, give you the heart, man. Give you that heart. I appreciate it big time, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for the assist, you guys. I appreciate y'all. Oh, shit, dude.
Tim Smith 4118 says, whoa, that was the official message where Annie went from calling me bud to calling me hun.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Love is in the air, dude. Tim Smith and Annie, dude. I'm trying to think of a sexy song I could sing that would, like, be baby making music. Hold on, give me all night long, all night, all night long, all night, all night long. Okay, here we go. Thank you guys for double tapping the screen to like the stream. Once again, if you guys can, double tap the screen to like the stream. It really does help the channel grow. It helps my you-know-what grow. We need you. 'Cause I need you, and I want you, crawling underneath my skin.
Oh, man, you remember what me and Pete and JR, everybody else, and Leslie used to do? We used to do the same thing. Did you guys bring a gun? No, you didn't. Well, what'd you bring with you? Did you get anything out of it? Good job, son. Well, you remember whenever the cops used to go after us? You know, he'd whoop your ass. He would not whoop my ass. Honestly, the rule whenever I was a kid was always, you can do anything that you want, never let me hear about it. You wanna.
That's amazing. That's a great rule, man. You could do anything you want, just don't ever let me hear about it. I love it. That's a fabulous rule, man.
I do drugs, I don't want to hear about it. You want to break into houses, I don't want to hear about it. You want to break into cars, I don't want to hear about it. You want to get in a fight, I don't want to hear about it. You want to do anything, I don't want to hear about it. You want to steal a car, I don't want to hear about it. That was the only rule, is that I could not get caught. And so that was it. My mom was the same. She was the same way too. They let me do whatever the hell I wanted. And it's got nothing to do, by the way, with parent. I mean, it does. I mean, he's right. But like, I think that honestly, the reason why they do this is because they can get away with it, right? That's the real reason.
Yeah,
is that that's why they get away with it, nothing happens, and I think that's a huge problem.
That's pretty much
because
the
moment that you let
people
get away with shit like that, it just turns everything into a shithole, right? And you don't want to live in a world like that. Nobody wants to live in a world like that.
Hold on, I gotta see what Chris. I gotta see what Chris Rule was saying
Chris
earlier.
Rule 1 says,
"Let's take a look and see what
he's saying." I was live
yeah.
streaming and a Karen came in bashing Trump and told me I shouldn't be allowed to see he or her and they should ban Trump supporters from YouTube.
Holy crap, dude! No, you shouldn't ban Trump supporters from YouTube. That's stupid.
Chris Rule 1 says, "Yes, she did, Annie. She told me she's reporting me." Annie01200 says, "Did it get intense, Chris?
Dude,
Did she really lose it?"
Some of these leftist Karens, by the way, really piss me off. Everybody, let's give a shout out to Emmanuel Kajesi for subscribing.
Small
Thank you so
Wiener
much.
Gang.
I'm going to put some names on the screen. These are some of the people who subscribed over the last 24 hours, roughly.
Small Wiener Gang.
Let's go, dude.
Small Wiener Gang.
So Iran war rages as Hegseth asks Army's top general to step down. Let's take a look and see what this is all about.
All right, you're watching live now. I'm Austin
Small Wiener
Gang,
Gang.
Marine intelligence officer, national security analyst, and the host of the Strat podcast, Hal Kempfer. He's here with me. Hal, let's get straight into the headlines, starting off with this. We learned earlier today.
Small Wiener Gang.
Hegseth asked Army Chief of Staff General Randy George to step down and take immediate retirement. We have a picture of him here, courtesy of West Point. Basically, this is ousting the Army's
Small
top
Wiener Gang.
uniformed officer. And the way I'm seeing a lot of this being written about in the headlines is that they're firing this officer as the U.S. military remains engaged in combat with Iran. Is it correct, Hal, to
Small Wiener Gang.
Think of this as we're losing the top uniformed Army officer? Will this have an impact on how the war is prosecuted in the Middle East?
Small Wiener Gang.
So I don't know why he's forcing this guy into retirement. Maybe the guy's too old. Maybe he's not. Maybe they're looking to have a younger top general.
Small Wiener
You know what
Gang.
I mean? I mean, was he incompetent? Like, was he not good at doing his job as the top general? I mean, I'm curious. Was he not taking orders? Was he not following orders? Like, I want to know a little bit more. Why are they removing this top general? That makes no sense.
I can't
it doesn't make
imagine
any
having
sense.
much impact. The Army's not playing a big role with what we're doing over there. I mean, they are playing a role, don't get me wrong, but it's not a huge role compared to some of the other services. The other thing is that during war, generals are relieved or fired all the time, to include very senior generals. Lincoln famously fired a slew of generals until he landed on Ulysses S. Grant.
Oh, that's wild. I didn't know that. Well, sometimes you gotta, I guess sometimes you gotta fire as many generals as you need to fire until you get the right one, you know? You know, not every guy at the top is going to be the best, even though they're at the top. Being at the top does not necessarily mean the best. I do want to thank you guys for tapping the subscribe button, though. I just noticed that we're at 9,461 subscribers. Once again, we're at 9,461 subs. We're only oh my God. We're only 39 subscribers away. 39 subs away from hitting 9,500. So I want to thank everybody for being so incredible and making this channel grow the way it has. Let's keep watching, man.
And kept him as his top general. And part of that was that they just weren't doing what he needed them to do. So he was looking for a general that, you know, could make it happen, and Grant could. So that happens. War, we see generals get fired all the time, and admirals as well. And I would mention this administration has fired about a dozen or so generals and flag officers. Famously, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, C.Q. Brown, was fired. The chief of naval operations, Lisa Franchetti, was fired, and then the head of DIA was fired, and the vice chair of the Air Force was fired, and it kind of goes on and on. And so part of it is when you are the senior chief of your service, the senior officer of your service, you have to have a very good rapport, not just with the other chiefs, but also with the Secretary of Defense or the Secretary of War. And in this case, Randy George, who was fired, was actually selected for that position in the previous administration, and prior to that job, he had been the senior military aide of the Secretary of Defense under the Biden administration. Interestingly, Christopher Neve, who's somewhat junior to a lot of generals, he was the senior military advisor to Secretary of War Hegseth. So there's a lot of this, when it gets to that level, it deals with rapport and deals with a lot of things that some would call political, but not political in a partisan politics way so much as political, and it's who you know and who's going to pull strings for you and things like that.
So I was reading earlier today, by the way, we've got this map just kind of giving an idea of where some of the traffic stands at the Strait of Hormuz. This is something that I believe gets updated every so often, and so this is basically giving us a general idea of where some of that traffic stands tonight. I was reading, and I know you read about this too, that about 40 countries earlier today discussed joint action to reopen the Strait of Hormuz and stop Iran from, quote, holding the global economy hostage. The UK, Britain, they're the ones that got this together, it seems, Hal. What is the ultimate long-term way that these 40 countries might be able to turn this initial idea and this initial gathering into some tangible action?
I could see them all coming.
It's going to happen, man. I mean, look, it's a good thing that there's 40 countries gathering to discuss the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. It's great. That's fabulous, man. I love it.
Together to form a combined task force that would basically keep the Strait of Hormuz open. And one thing these 40 countries have.
Well, I mean, look, if all 40 of these countries combined forces, or at least as many of these countries as possible combined forces, they should easily be able to overpower anything that's left of the Iranian military and then open up the Strait of Hormuz.
Is a lot of minesweepers, and that's one of the things. If you look at that map, you notice that there was some traffic. If you look to at that point of at the far point of Keshem Island up there by Bandar Abbas, you'll see ships. That's kind of that toll booth station thing that the Iranians have opened up. They want ships.
Oh shit! What's Tim saying? Hold on.
Tim Smith 4118 says, I think my Hormuz is INFLM'd. Gonna make an appointment.
Tim, man.
BPD Bob says,
my God, I love it, bro.
LOLOK, that was a good one, Tim. Annie 01200
That's Tim Smith, everybody,
says,
for you. What a stud, dude.
Tim.
What a stud. I do want to thank you guys for tuning in, though. We're currently sitting pretty at 9,461 subs. Once again, dude, we're at 9,461 subs. We're only 39 subscribers away from hitting 9,500. So I want to try to make that happen tonight. So whatever we could do, man, if you guys are hearing this message, tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. It does help the channel grow in more ways than one. Let's go.
Ships to go up through those islands just south of Hormuz Island, pay their fee, their $2 million fee, and then go on. And what you don't see is in between that is where the normal international sea lanes are, where you would normally see traffic. You don't see anything in it. The question mark in a lot of people's minds is are those sea lanes mined? Is that why the Iranians don't want anybody to go through there? And that will be a very long, painstaking job, but it's going to take a lot of minesweepers. That's something the U.S. does not have a lot of, is minesweepers. But these countries actually collectively have quite a few minesweepers, and they have a lot of other naval assets and air assets would be.
Yeah, so if these other countries actually got off, honestly, because the U.S. military's decimated the majority of Iran. And if they're able to sweep the mines in the Strait of Hormuz and get rid of them, great. More of these ships can come through.
Invaluable for doing some sort of combined task force mission to keep that place open. But with that said, there's some battle space shaping that has to happen before that occurs. And some of those countries are pretty adamant that there has to be some kind of ceasefire, whatever that means, whether it's de jure or de facto, but there has to be some sort of cessation of active anti-ship combat capabilities.
So President Trump posted this earlier today. He says, the biggest bridge in Iran comes tumbling down, never to be used again, much more to follow. It is time for Iran to make a deal before it is too late, and there's nothing left of what still could become a great country. This is a screenshot. We've got the video that he posted right here. Let's play it. It's short. It's about 10 seconds long. Shows a bridge. Appears to be on fire, and then you'll kind of see it there. Let's drop the graphic. You can
Damn, dude, that bridge just toppled, dude. That's actually probably one of the biggest bridges in Iran. That's crazy, dude. Holy
start
shit.
to fall apart and collapse, at least partially there. So, Hal, I know that the Iranian government has responded to this bridge situation. What are you tracking here?
Well, that was a massive bridge. It's a bridge that goes west out of Tehran. It goes to another major city. It's a major line of communication. It's a logistics route, and it was only finished, I think, a year or two ago. And of course, this is a crushing blow because this was the nicest bridge, if you will, the biggest bridge in Iran. Now, my understanding is the Iranians are now looking at bridges around the Gulf states and stuff that they can blow up. And the one that comes really immediately to mind is a causeway that goes between Saudi Arabia and Bahrain. I'm sure they're going to try and target that. But what this is the first major strike on critical infrastructure since President Trump last night talked about, bombing Iran back into the Stone Age. And a lot of people have been trying to figure out what does that mean,
Hold on. Let's see here.
Tim Smith 4118 says, have they tried using the Seahawks offensive line to clear it?
They better, dude. They better.
Put them back in the Stone Age. What it means is we have brought this up, the U.S. has brought this up several times, that we're looking at hitting their power plants. And if we hit their power plants, that effectively ends modern technology utilization in Iran. And they would have a very, very difficult time putting those back online. Now, of course, the reciprocal of that would be that the Iranians would then start trying to bomb power stations and desalination plants and everything else back in the Gulf, the Persian Gulf. But that's the first time we've done something like that. And I think that's just to make a statement to basically say, hey, we're serious. We will go after critical infrastructure.
Yeah, and it's a good thing because here's the thing. The Iranian government has had every opportunity to reopen the Strait of Hormuz fully. All they have to do is comply. But instead of complying, they kept the Strait of Hormuz closed. They kept the choke point closed for the most part. And the U.S. has to respond in kind because time's running out. Time is running out. Time is of the essence in this situation.
Structure. Although under international law, it has to have a military purpose, but we will go after critical infrastructure.
Hal, there's one other thing that I was seeing getting reported, and it has to do with Yemen. It looks like we're hearing of the Israelis identifying a missile launched toward Israel from Yemen. The military's announcement came shortly after a warning about incoming missiles from Iran. Let's just talk about the Houthis.
Because here's the thing, man. Iran wants nothing more than Israel's demise. That's what they want. That is what they want. And look, I'm not going to lie. I think the U.S. and Israel, I think they need to go harder on Iran. They got to find a way to really cripple the military overall. Don't know how they're going to do it. I really don't. But I'm sure they're going to find a way. The more I look into it, man, the more I'm just like, holy fuck.
Song Jones says. Michael Jaquan Dem Arcus Garza.
What up, Brony? How you doing, man? The Brones.
You and I have talked about them so many times in recent years. They went dormant for a time when the initial weeks of this war began playing out. Have we noticed a more tangible, elongated increase in activity from them as of late?
Well, you may recall that when the Trump administration, last year did a full force effort there to basically attack the Houthis, attack their positions, go after ballistic missiles, go after drones, go after just about everything you could possibly imagine. And the Israelis were running strikes down there as well. The British were running strikes down there as well. And it was a very, very busy year going after the Houthis. And after that, they I think we and the Houthis signed some sort of ceasefire type of arrangement. The big question has always been, are they going to weigh in on the side of Iran in this current war in the same way that Hezbollah has weighed in the same way that the Shiite militias in Iraq have weighed in? What will the Houthis do? Because that has a direct impact on another vital maritime choke point, which is the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, where it's, the thing that you have to go through if you're going.
So, Tim Smith is asking, is Austin Westfall
Tim
AI?
Smith 4118 says, is Austin Westfall AI?
He kind of looks like he's AI constructed. I mean, I kind of look like I'm AI constructed, but.
Randomgian at 9296 says, I'm not in shoes all day, but if I'm real busy that day and have to get stuff done, I'm getting dressed for the day, getting house stuff done, then leaving. LOL. What
a stud, dude. What a stud. Oh my God. That's Ty Lord, man, dude. He does the stuff, man. Nah, typically I got my shoes on, man. Fuck you with my heels on. Oh, man. I got that song stuck in my head now. Hold on. There's a song I have stuck in my head. I want to see if I can find it. No.
Come and meet me, Emma.
I just want to hear the part where she says, I'll fuck you with my heels on. Hold on. Will I get copyright struck for this? Hold on.
I've been waiting for you so long.
Hold on. I just want to hear the part where she's saying, I want to fuck you with my heels on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a short of it. Shorts. I want to hear the fuck you with my heels on. I can't find it. I found the. I guess we'll try to find the part
Kayak told me hotel prices just dropped. Now we can stop scrolling for.
Oh, that's right. I have ads for music. Hold on, everybody.
Responsible.
Music control your records. Up the sheet, leopard print land. We Brazil, fucking compete. Oh my, do 60 a thing. Come be a big I lock down. My heels on, yeah. Know what you're talking about.
Hold on.
Ding dong.
Oh, this is the radio that was the radio friendly version. Let's take a look at the
Let me take you on a love tonight. Let us tear up the stair floor tonight. I wanna get waiting for you so long.
And you know I go on, stamina is so strong. And I got a right woody the type. So let me spread tonight. Furniture broke.
You see you,
I can't.
you got a heart on. Wait a minute.
Why you still got your heels on? I can't deny it, she a real one. So open up them thighs, I'm just trying to get my meal on.
So let me fuck you with my heels on.
We got it. That's all I want to hear. Let me fuck you with my heels on. I'll put that shit.
So let me fuck you with my heels on. So let me fuck you with my heels on. So let me fuck you with my heels on. So let me fuck you with my heels on.
Let me fuck you with my heels on. Oh, fucking shit, dude. Okay, that's all we needed to hear. That's all we needed to hear. Holy shit. Okay. Pink Brony Club. BPD says, bro, you should make that one of the stream notifications. I probably should, dude. That would be incredible. Fuck you with my heels.
To use the Suez Canal going from the Mediterranean to the Indian Ocean. So that was an absolutely crucial thing. We are believing that they are going to go back to doing anti-ship operations, demonstrated by the fact that they're doing these ballistic missile firings at Israel. It indicates that they have made their decision, that they are going to back Iran. Now, if the regime in Iran falls apart, I think that the Houthis are making a rather fatal decision, because that is the only country in the world that backs.
Uh-oh. Don't say it, Tim.
Tim Smith 4118 says, it's starting to feel like tomorrow.
Don't say it, Tim. Don't say it. Don't say what I think you're going to say. There's a certain amount of teachings that we have to do tomorrow. Tomorrow's teachings.
So that's their sole source of money, weapons, ammunition, you name it, is from Iran. So if they can't get that from Iran, then they're going to have a very tough time sustaining themselves as anything, especially if the U.S., Saudi Arabia, and other countries decide to weigh in along with the Yemeni government to really go after them in a much more concerted way.
All right, so last time I talked to you was about 24 hours ago. You and I were on immediately after President Trump wrapped up his speech. He gave a primetime address to the nation last night discussing the direction of the war. You and I were on, and we were on with Benham from the FDD, and we were talking about how it didn't really feel like we heard a lot of new information last night. A lot of what we heard last night was stuff that had either been addressed by the White House before, or it's stuff that had been reported by news outlets ahead of the speech. 24 hours.
Tim Smith is saying, I've been bad. I need to be taught a lesson. No.
Tim Smith 4118 says, I've been bad.
Yes.
I need to be taught a lesson.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. I really do appreciate you all. You guys are amazing. Let's keep going, dude.
Roughly has passed now, Hal. Have there been any reverberations on the war as a result of Trump's remarks?
Well, our observations apparently were resonated in the market. Oil prices went up. The market went down.
Hey, when the market went down today, man, I was buying. I wasn't crying. No, one of the things I like to do, I like to keep a lot of cash on the side when I'm swing trading, so that way I could buy the dip on the ETFs that I'm already like swing trading at the moment. I love dip buying. I love lowering my average cost for the assets that I'm getting into. Without a doubt, man. Without a doubt.
We heard
fuck you with my heels on.
A roadmap to really getting out of the war. Nobody, if you were whether you're dealing with commodities like oil or natural gas or fertilizer, you didn't hear much out of that speech. They gave you comfort, and the prices reflect what they heard. And the same thing is true with the market overall. They were hearing things that indicate we might see a downturn in our gross domestic product, our productivity, if you will, and our growth. So all those things were reflected. I think the markets have spoken probably stronger than anybody else could on this, but that puts a lot of pressure on the administration, certainly, to try and come up with something that's going to really put some teeth behind that speech. One of the things that came out of that, though, was what we were just talking about. Talking about bombing them back in the Stone Age. Well, that implied that was.
I mean, you might as well. I mean, when I think what he meant when he said bombing them back to the Stone Age, I think he meant like their militarily speaking, that the military is only going to be able to fight with sticks and rocks, basically. That's it. Sticks and stones. That's all they'll be able to fight with, man. And then that'll be a good thing. Like I said, a weakened Iran is a good Iran for the Middle East, because if they're not fucking with their neighbors, you know what I mean? Like, here's the problem. In Iran, think about this. Really, really think about this, you guys. In Iran, the people are pissed. The people have been pissed for a long time. And, Iran's neighboring countries are sick and tired of Iran. They're sick and tired of being bombed by Iran. They're sick and tired of Iran funding terrorist operations to make other Middle Eastern countries destabilize. They're just not happy. And why would they be? Honestly, most of these Middle Eastern countries, I'm not going to lie, a lot of them have a very awful ideology that they live by, and You don't want countries like Iran to have a nuclear weapon, ever. You don't want there to even be the slightest chance of that, because of the government's warped ideology. The government's warped ideology in Iran, Iranian government has a dark, dismal, dystopian sort of worldview, and they'll stop at nothing to annihilate who they perceive as an enemy. I will say the Iranian government has a code. However, it is not a moral one at all. So,
it's directly aimed at power plants, but it implies critical infrastructure as a whole in Iran. One of the reasons that there's been reluctance to do that is because if you bomb Iran's critical infrastructure, they'll turn around and start targeting the critical infrastructure of the Gulf coalition states, such as Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, UAE, Kuwait. They've already been hitting some of that infrastructure anyway, but this would simply uncork whatever restraint they had. At least that was.
Yeah. And by the way, everybody, we're at 9,462 subscribers. Once again, we're at 9,000. I can't believe I'm saying this. We're at 9,462 subs. It is thanks to all you guys. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for taking the time to subscribe to the channel. So tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. Double tap the screen to like the stream. Definitely tap the like button in any way you can. The more likes we get, the better. It does help the channel grow. It doesn't help my schlong grow, because my schlong will always be tiny. However, I do want to thank you guys for being so incredible, being so zesty, and you guys are the zestiest people I know. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel, and thank you guys for double tapping the screen to like the stream. I really appreciate it. Let's keep going, man. Let's keep going. Let's keep flowing. Yeah. Sub for Moobs. Yeah, we're really close to 10K, man. We're almost to 10,000 subscribers, man. We're currently sitting pretty at 9,462 subs. Once again, we're at 9,462 subscribers. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we're only 38 subscribers away from getting 9,500. We're right there, man. We are right at the precipice.
The thinking. But at this point, we really do need to kind of
this is
force
incredible,
the issue
man.
with Iran to come to the table. And I think the president is seriously thinking about doing more than just bombing a bridge. I think he's looking at other critical infrastructure and saying, well, that's probably what it's going to take. So I think that's something that we can take from that speech overall is that was a shift. But I think a shift that is an interesting note, but certainly the market reaction, I think, was a bigger note.
Now, also been nearly a week, I believe, since those new Marines arrived in the Middle East that the administration sent over. Have you heard?
Yeah, we've really climbed. I mean, I will say that this channel has climbed quite a bit, so I'm really happy with the results, and it's all thanks to you guys. I want to thank each and every one of you guys. You guys have been a crucial part of the growth of this channel, and if it wasn't for you guys, man, I wouldn't be where I'm at as far as this channel is concerned. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys are incredible.
Anything on what those troops have been up to since they got there?
Well, 31st Marine Expeditionary Units there, I haven't heard that they've done anything ashore. I did see something that they may have done a little bit of training en route heading to the Middle East. I'm not sure if that was them or that was another unit that was brought up, but the 31st Marine Expeditionary Units there, they have a lot of capabilities. They have a battalion reinforced ground combat element. A lot of stuff there, about 800, 900 troops in that. Plus, they got composite squadron, a lot of logistics, tremendous command control, command staff that could do things. And then the 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit is right behind them. At this point, I think they may be steaming across the Indian Ocean, depending on what their route is. But I think they're not too far away. And then, of course, you have the 82nd Airborne's lead elements. About 1,000 troops are there. Could be somewhere between 1,000, 2,000 troops. What I'm hearing is this is built around the 1st Brigade to the 82nd Airborne Division, that they will have about a 2-battalion strength organization. And that's the sort of thing you look at if you're looking at maybe doing an airborne operation to seize Karg Island, or doing an airborne operation to seize another island, or if you were going to do something much more audacious and go in there and try to take control of that enriched uranium further into the country of Iran.
Yeah, honestly, take over the enriched uranium straight up. Without a doubt, dude. Give me just a few seconds, you guys. Sorry about that. I'm I forgot to. I was tracking my miles earlier, but I didn't assign them properly. Hold on, I gotta assign my miles properly. There we go. Okay, cool. I was doing some delivery driving earlier, and anytime I do delivery driving, I like to make sure my miles are properly associated.
Forces you want. Plus, we're also hearing a lot about very special operations forces, such as Navy SEALs, the Army Rangers, and they didn't say it specifically, but I'm assuming there's some Marine Raiders that are over there as well. And so it's a pretty robust capability that's coming in there. And I can tell you, if I was an Iranian defender on any island in the Persian Gulf or the Strait of Hormuz right now, I would be feeling very, very nervous.
Al Kemper's
and they should at that point. Why wouldn't they? You know what I mean?
Security analyst and
absolutely
the host of the Strat podcast.
Completely, my brony bro. Al? Completely. Hell yeah.
Well, I'm going to be talking a lot more about the Persian Gulf.
Had a feeling.
I think we're hitting watershed.
Hell yeah.
With this, and I'm going to be talking about what to look for these coming weeks. And some will say, well, I think you've been talking about the Persian Gulf a lot. I have, and I'm going to keep talking about the Persian Gulf because it's so big. One of the things I think people miss is a lot of countries don't have a lot of oil reserves. The Philippines are on a national emergency, have about 30 to 45 days. Even if they were to open up the strait tomorrow, there's a lot of questions. Can they get that oil from the strait to the Philippines without the Philippines effectively running out of gas?
That's crazy, man. So there might not be enough. So the Philippines is even running out of oil. I mean, they rely on the oil that comes through the Strait of Hormuz to get to them. So the Philippines is heavily reliant on those imports. I should say on those exports. Or the Philippines rely on the imports. Yes, they rely on imports, absolutely. That's crazy, man. Honestly, that is wild to me. You guys are pink brony bros. Oh, yeah. Gotta wipe down a couple things. I realize I haven't wiped down my keyboard and my mouse for a bit, so I'm going to wipe down my keyboard and mouse for a second. I'm wiping you guys down real quick. I'm wiping down my keyboard. I'm wiping down my mouse. I'm doing all those heterosexual things. I'm trying to be hetero. Because I act so... They always call me Garza on the channel. So, trying to act a little more hetero. If you know what I mean.
That's one of the bigger issues out there, and that's something I'm gonna try and address.
Al, we appreciate the time. We'll see you soon.
All right, thanks, Austin.
You bet. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to take a live look at Capitol Hill first.
I think I'm trying to be more like Austin Westfall. I want to be more like Austin Westfall. This guy's the man. I've never really tuned into Fox. I've never really tuned into Live Now from Fox before, so this is kind of... They've been really good at keeping everybody up to date, though. You know,
the time in the nation's capital just past 10 p.m. Let's check in with Fox's Jonathan Hunt. He's been tracking the war. He has this report on everything that's transpired in the past 24 hours, including the reverberation.
Oh, shit. Trump vows to hit Iran extremely hard. Let's take a look here.
And then let's get to Jonathan Hunt. He is live in Tel Aviv this morning. Hi, Jonathan.
Good morning to you, Dana. Iran remains defiant in both its actions and words. That, despite the words of President Trump and despite the actions of the U.S. military, which continues to bombard targets across Tehran and indeed across the country. Military infrastructure, the main focus of the U.S. And despite the words of CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper, who said on X today, quote, "Now in our 5th week of the campaign, it is my operational assessment that we are making undeniable progress. We don't see their Navy sailing. We don't see their aircraft flying, and their air and missile defense systems have largely been destroyed." And in Isfahan, Iran, where Iran's major nuclear plants is based, flames are still burning from strikes that happened there a couple of days ago. But despite all that, Iranian officials seem determined to continue fighting. They say there will be no surrender. They do not want the ceasefire President Trump said they are.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Iran's cooked. You know, Trump has given the Iranian government so many opportunities to either surrender, to basically just surrender. And they're like, you know what? We choose death. Because in all actuality, there is no way in hell the Iranian government has any ability to defeat the U.S. government. There's just no way in hell. It's just impossible. I mean, nothing's technically impossible. It's just highly improbable. That's the problem. Yeah, the Iranian Navy's at the bottom of the Persian Gulf, exactly. And look, Trump and the U.S. military, man, they're dominating Iran's government. They're dominating Iran's military. The Navy's completely non-existent. Yeah, they don't care. So they got nothing to lose. Yeah, so the Iranian government has nothing to lose, so they're going to go out guns a-blazing, it looks like. That's how they're going to do it, man. I guess that's how they're going to go. We're currently sitting pretty at 9,462 subs. Once again, we're at 9,462 subscribers. Make sure you guys tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. It does help the channel grow. Let's keep going.
For, and they will go on with this war. Listen here.
This war will continue until your humiliation, disgrace, lasting regret, and eventual surrender are certain. Following the continuation of the heavy and unimaginable blows and strikes you have already received, expect even more forceful, broader, and more destructive actions from us.
Yeah, so they're not stopping. So what this basically tells me, what this message basically tells me is Trump just needs to go all out and destroy the rest of the Iranian military. Look, the Iranian government cannot be reasoned with in any way, shape, or form. And since they cannot be reasoned with at all, the whole point of this is to, I'm sorry, but the whole concept, the whole point is to basically annihilate their government. The corrupt Iranian military, the corrupt Iranian government, a Iranian military who kills its own people for protesting the Ayatollah. Screw the Iranian military. The Iranian military's fucking awful, dude. I want to see Iran. I want to see the Iranian government completely toppled. That's what I want to see. Straight up. Screw you, Iran. Not the people of Iran. I'm talking about screw you, military of Iran. The military of Iran, screw you. I believe I've made my point. At least I think I made my point.
And
I don't know.
Emphasizing that point of destructive actions, Iran launched one of its most intense missile barrages of this war as Israelis prepared for the Jewish...
And truth is, I just don't want to see any more people die, That's why I was hoping that the Iranian military would surrender and they would come to some sort of agreement. Instead, the Iranian military chooses death. And at this point, they had every opportunity to go a different path. So.
Jewish holiday of Passover yesterday. There was damage across large parts of Tel Aviv and other areas in Israel. Dozens of people were injured. So as far as Iran is concerned, this war goes on this morning, Dana.
All right. Thank you, Jonathan Hunt.
Want to bring in Rebecca Heinrichs, Hudson Institute.
Hey, before we continue a little bit further, though, and we analyze some of this Israel footage of, like, they bombed Tel Aviv or something like that is what it looks like. But if you can, though, double tap the like button. Double tap the screen to like the stream. That does help. But if you can, tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. Once again, the subscribe button is in the upper right-hand corner. Please tap it. So that way you guys can subscribe to the channel, and that way you'll help us grow a little bit more on the YouTubes. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys are incredible. You guys make this channel go round, and I just want to thank each and every one of you guys. You guys are my gooner brony bros. My gooner brony bros. Everybody.
Senior fellow Rebecca, good morning and welcome to our coverage here. Wall Street Journal editorial board, they write it up this way. President Trump on Wednesday made the case for going to war with Iran that he should have made at the outset, but it was still essential for Americans to hear it. The most important message we heard is that he's not ending the war until the job is done, and Iran's leaders will be wise to act accordingly. In your belief, he did three things last night. You said first was to explain to the American people. So go ahead and explain to us what you heard last night in that 18-minute address.
Hey, thank you guys for subscribing. We're now at 9,463 subs, which means we're only 37 subscribers away from hitting 9,500. Once again, we're only 37 subscribers away from hitting 9,500. So don't forget to tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. It does help the channel grow. It helps my schlong feel a little bit bigger than it actually is. But yeah, tap subscribe in the upper right-hand corner. Double tap the screen to like the stream. let's keep on moving.
Thanks, Bill. Yeah, I think that the primary audience for the president's speech was the broad American public. For those Americans who are not watching the day in and day out updates from Admiral Cooper, from President Trump, from Secretary Hegseth, they need to know what is the purpose of the war, how are we doing, and are we safer? And so I think President Trump primarily spoke to them, and he...
Oh, we got Peter Oliver. I think I've seen you before. Hold on. Oh, Peter Oliver, dude. What a chud. This guy sucks already. Hey, Peter Oliver, guess what, dude? I'm the man. Trump's the man. If you guys think that Trump's the man, tap the subscribe button. Let's go, dude.
Informed them that he made sure that the economy was strong before we went into this war, and that we were energy, not just independent, but dominant, so that we could absorb some of the short-term energy spikes in prices. And then also, of course, he conveyed that Americans are safer now, 4 weeks into this war, than we were before, and your children are safer now because of Epic Fury. I think that
very fucking true. Operation Epic Fury has been an epic success. It's been amazing. So the reason I think it's been amazing is, one, I'm not a fan of Iran in general, but I'm really not a fan of what really pisses me off about Iran is their government. The Iranian regime has done so much damage over the years to its own people and to its neighboring countries. Honestly, the Iranian government has made that country worse. And the people wanted a change. And you know what the Iranian government did to those people? Murdered them. Public executions is what they did. They publicly executed their own citizens. How fucked up is that? How messed up is that? Give me a moment. It's insane. Duh. Winning. But, yeah, I think, give me 1 second, you guys. All right, let's keep going.
Is the most important message he sent to the American people.
One of the issues that is causing the rise in prices is the Strait of Hormuz, and this is what President Trump said last night about other countries needing to step up.
To those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. Number one, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And
I mean, Trump is right on that one. Trump is absolutely 100% correct. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
number two, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked.
Dude, Trump is pimp smacking. He is trash talking all of these shitty countries. I love it.
Go to the strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over, the strait will open up.
Rebecca, one of the things he said there is that with the allies, they should have done it before and they should have done it with us as we asked. Do we know if the United States asked?
Well, yeah, here's the thing. The NATO allies that we have, the NATO allies are absolutely fucking useless. Absolutely useless, dude. Our NATO allies suck balls, dude. Peter Olivia is on his they-them period. Who the hell is Peter Olivia?
Those European allies in NATO to pitch in at the outset?
No, I think, Dana, that actually is a point where the Europeans are frustrated that they didn't know what the United States plans were. They were not asked to participate, and so that's part of their frustration. I do think that this kind of gets to my second point.
Yeah, NATO may not be our personal army, but at the same time, it's like, I would think that most of these European countries would be happy that we are basically disarming Iran, who was who was enriching uranium at a rapid scale. In fact, they were enriching so much uranium, it was a cause for concern. Really think about that. Really put that in your head. That is a cause for concern when a crappy country like Iran is enriching that much uranium. And like straight up, it really is a cause for concern. It should be. Look, a weak Iran is a good Iran. And the reason a weak Iran is a good Iran, I should say a weak government, a weak governmental Iran is absolutely needed for a peaceful Middle East. Straight up. You want peace in the Middle East? Well, guess what? The United States knocked out the #1 state sponsor of terror in the world. So that's gotta account for something. That straight up has to account for something. In some way, shape, or form. Come on. But at least that's the way I see it. That's the whole idea behind it, man. It's the whole idea. So it's pretty crazy, man. We're at 9,462 subscribers, you guys. 9,462 subs. I can't believe it, bros. My pink brony bros. No, it's pretty exciting stuff, though, man. I got to admit, 9,462. Don't forget to tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. It does help the channel grow. More subscribers we get, the better. So please do what you can to subscribe to the channel. Like I always say, it helps. Give me a few moments, though. I'm going to check out the slow cooker, make sure everything's looking good, and I will BRB. Okay. I'm back, everybody. I'm back. Oh, yeah, I'm back. Make sure you guys double tap the screen to like the stream. Let's go. The more likes we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in more ways than one. I don't care if I lose viewers, dude. I don't give a shit.
Point that Bill and I were talking about, which is,
I don't give a shit.
You know, this war, President Trump said, is going to be much shorter. He provided some historical context of these longer wars, and I think the opening up the Strait of Hormuz is he's kind of hinting that this is going to be something that's going to happen after we finish our primary objectives, which is to really weaken the Iranians' ability to project power outside its borders. And then you're going to see, I think the plan is, an international coalition to escort these tankers kind of through the Strait of Hormuz and to open that up. But that's going to be, I think, something that's going to happen from the president's perspective now after we finish our primary objectives, because he does want other allies to participate in that.
I think it's a very good point, and we'll see how that develops. He did not go after NATO partners last night. I thought that was somewhat significant. However, you still have what he called nuclear dust, about 1,000 pounds of it. And can you exit this military conflict without acquiring it or accounting for it, Rebecca?
Well, I think that's the other little piece that he hinted at to temper expectations, Bill, and that's that he said it would take months because of the success of the United States doing Midnight Hammer, where we really degraded those nuclear sites. And now the third point, he said, even though this war is going to be limited in our objectives, the next several weeks are not going to be tempered. We are going to be hitting the Iranians very hard. I would expect that that includes these nuclear sites. So if the president has decided we do not have essentially the bandwidth and the ability at this point to go in and do a larger ground operation to extract this nuclear material, we're going to make sure that we render it unable for the Iranians to access or to use. That seems to be what he's implying, but of course the president doesn't like to limit his options, so he didn't preclude the possibility of other options, but he was kind of, I think, trying to manage expectations there.
Yeah, it's hard. Imagine like threading the needle where you have a speech where you're trying to give reassurance and clarity to the American people, but keep the Iranians guessing. It's not an easy needle to thread. Thank you, Rebecca.
But of course, the president doesn't like to limit his options, so he did to extract.
I want to listen to that again. I was too busy writing. Hold on,
material.
Let's listen to it again.
We're going to make sure that we render it unable for the Iranians to access or to use. That seems to be what he's implying.
Yeah, we don't want the uranium to be accessible. That's the whole point. We don't want the uranium to be accessible by the Iranian military. If the uranium is accessible by the Iranian military, that's not a good thing. We should be trying to... Honestly, the whole goal is to weaken Iran. That's the whole point of Operation Epic Fury, is to weaken Iran at a massive scale. And if you don't, if you're not weakening them, you're screwing yourself. Ultimately, you are screwing yourself overall. But yeah, no, what Iran is doing, bombing its neighbors, killing its own citizens, the Iranian government needs to stop. In fact, the Iranian government needs to be dismantled and torn apart.
But of course, the president doesn't like to limit his options, so he didn't preclude the possibility.
When I heard that 30,000 plus protesters in Iran were publicly executed, and then when I found out later that Donald Trump had invaded Iran to take out their entire military and their leadership, I support that. You want to know why? Because honestly, number one state sponsor of terror, Iran has these qualities. Iran was the number one state sponsor of terror. They were publicly executing their own citizens for simply protesting the existing regime, which sucked, by the way. The regime sucks. It sucked and it still sucks. I say wipe out the entire regime because the leadership of Iran is tainted with BS ideas and BS ideology. I don't know how many protesters got killed in Gaza. I'm not sure. But when I heard about the Iranian situation, I was like, dude, Iran's government needs to just go. Iran's government needs to go.
Ability of other options, but he was kind of, I think, trying to manage expectations there.
Yeah, it's hard. Imagine threading a needle where you have a speech where you're trying to give reassurance and clarity to the American people, but keep the Iranians guessing. It's not an easy needle to thread. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.
I dig it, man. I dig it. All right, let's see what else is happening, man. Donald Trump's been killing it, man. Let's see what our boy Jesse Waters is saying.
Fox News alert, we just
Actually, you know, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of gay for Jesse Waters. I think he's pretty dope. As far as it goes, dude, Jesse Waters is the man.
Iran, the country's largest
Like, I'm not a big fan of Fox News, but I think this guy is kind of a stud.
bridge right out.
And also, I love Greg Gutfeld as well. The only two good things about Fox News nowadays is, like I said, Greg Gutfeld and Jesse Waters, bro. Those are the only two highlights of that shitty network. Fox News, otherwise, is basically Bud Light to me.
Outside the Capitol.
It's dead.
Commander-in-Chief saying it came tumbling down, never to be used again. Sources say the bridge was used to secretly transport missiles from Tehran to launch sites.
By the way, we're at 9,464 subscribers. 9,464 subs, which means we're only 60... I can't math. That means we're only 36 subscribers away. 36 subscribers away from hitting 9,500. We are so bloody close to getting to the point of no return. Once we get to 10,000, we're going to be unstoppable. Our power will be great. Okay, that's a lie. But no, actually, it's really cool. We're almost to 10,000 subscribers, and honestly, I couldn't have done it without you guys. You guys have been a major part of the show. I know that I've been begging for more subscribers, mainly because it's fun to beg. But yeah, we're at 9,000. Dude, we're at 9,466 now. Thank you guys for tapping that subscribe. I appreciate it. We've been getting more and more subs every day, getting more subs all the way. So please subscribe if you want to thrive. Please subscribe if you want to thrive. We're only 34 subs away from hitting 9,500 all day. Thank you guys so much for tapping the subscribe button, tapping the like button.
Small Wiener Gang.
Oh, Small Wiener Gang. Yeah, thank you, Jason Harvey, for becoming a simp subscriber. I appreciate it. I'm going to put your name back up on the board because it's very sexy of you to subscribe. I appreciate it. Small Wiener Gang. No, Jesse's a stud, dude. Jesse Waters, total stud. I think he's sexy. He might be a little bit of a dum-dum, but you know what? He's got Adonis DNA. Stud, dude. Anyway, tap the subscribe. If you guys can, please tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. Once again, please tap that subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let's keep going. Let's keep the flow going, dude. Oh, yeah. Let's go. But no, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys are incredible. Yeah, if you guys think that Jesse Waters is totally sexy, if you guys think that my boy Jesse Waters right here is totally sexy, please tap the subscribe button. If you think that Donald Trump is a hunk, please tap the subscribe button. If you guys think that J.D. Vance is beyond sexy, please tap the subscribe button. Let's go.
A U.S. defense official tells Axios that more bridges are likely to be bombed as the president sends Iran a warning. Quote, it's time.
Oh, now we're at 9,467 subscribers. That means we're only 33 subs away from hitting 9,500 subs. Let's do this. Let's do this. This is, and by the way, the greatest revenge is success. And I want to give a big F-U to Billy. I am so pissed off at him for being a total piece of shit to me. Done with it. So this is a big F-U to Billy right here.
Time for Iran to make a deal before it's too late. And there's nothing left of what could still become a great country. And we have some big targets on our list.
If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard and probably simultaneously. We have not hit their oil, even though that's the easiest target of all, because it would not give them even a small chance of survival or rebuilding. But we could hit it, and it would be gone, and there's not a thing they could do about it.
If they haven't gotten the message, they will soon. To join our expanded fleet of Warthogs, more of our F-18 Super Hornets we're just seen launching from the USS Abe Lincoln as we conduct dynamic bombing campaigns deep inside of Iran. To help our jets and bombers, our KC-135 Stratotankers and KC-46 Pegasus aircraft have been refueling mid-air to maximize time in the sky. Meanwhile, on the high seas,
Shit, they've been refueling in the air? That's crazy. What? How are they able to pull that off? I mean, obviously they have protocols and things like that to make that happen, and they understand those protocols obviously better than I could. But that's amazing. Refueling midair. That is unreal. That is the coolest thing in the world to me. That is legitimately the coolest fucking thing.
The 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit on board the USS Tripoli have been simulating amphibious assaults. They're right off the coast of Diego Garcia, out in the Indian Ocean. The Marines are available for straight operations if they get the call. Plus, we just got some new toys. The U.S. Army just developed next-generation grenades. It's the first grenade developed since Nam, and it uses shock waves to kill instead of shrapnel. On impact, a blast will rupture everything inside the enemy.
Shockwaves? So it uses shockwaves to kill. That's actually a very fascinating weapon. Hold on.
These would come in handy in close quarters combat on an Iranian island or a port. And more assets are moving into theater. The USS Gerald.
ET says, Yo Garza.
ETRN7CH says, Yo Garza. ETRN7CH says, I cried for the first time today.
ET, are you doing okay? I mean, I don't know if you're joking or not, but I hope you're joking. The pressure from explosion. Oh, okay. Huh. My boy, Larson Christopher, I hope you're doing well, my man. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I don't know much about... Look, I don't know how air refueling works, dude. I don't know shit. Why am I... Hold on. Let's listen to this message real quick.
Andre SC2CW says, Jesus, you are douche. Air refuel has been around forever.
So I'm a douche for having a gray area in my knowledge. Look, I didn't know that air refueling was a thing. How does that make me a douche? For not knowing something? Everybody has something that they don't know. What is understandable to you may not be understandable to me, all right? I didn't know that air refueling was a thing in the sky. I did not know that. I'm ignorant to some things, man. I don't fly. I don't know much about flying. In fact, if anything, I'm scared of it. It's a shitty fear to have. But it does make everything else easy to navigate in life, you know? Okay, it's been around for a long time. Look, it's a gray area in my knowledge banks. I mean, look, there's some things that a guy like me doesn't know. I'm kind of an ignoramus, dude. I'm kind of a dummy. I'm smart in certain areas of life, but I'm also kind of a dumbass in others. I don't know much about... Honestly, at the end of the day, I don't know much about airplanes, if we're going to be honest, but let's keep going.
Gerald Ford is just a few days out after repairs in Croatia. The USS Boxer, the ship full of Marines, choppers, and fighter jets still sailing full steam ahead. The president says we're...
By the way, if you guys love Donald Trump as much as I do, please tap the subscribe button. If you guys think that Jesse Waters is a total hunk, please subscribe to the channel. If you guys love Operation Epic Fury and you think it's best, if you guys think that Operation Epic Fury is necessary in this situation, please tap the subscribe button. Look, I think that Operation Epic Fury has been an epic success. I think that a weakened Iranian government is a good Iranian government because that way they can't develop any nuclear weapons. They can't harm any of their neighboring countries. And they'll basically just leave everybody alone because Iran has been terrible for a long time.
Entering the final stage.
I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives.
But really, I do want to say, I want to extend my gratitudes to everybody. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to subscribe to the channel, though. It really does help in more ways than you could ever imagine, so you guys are amazing.
Objectives shortly, very shortly. We're going.
So because I didn't know that air refueling was a thing, it means I'm the dumbest person on earth? So wait a minute, hold on. So you're trying to tell me there's got to be knowledge gaps that some of you morons have? Come on. I didn't know about air refueling. I didn't think that was a thing. I thought anytime a jet needed to refuel or an airplane needed to refuel, they had to land on the ground and then fuel was pumped in. I didn't realize that another plane, I didn't really think about it, but I didn't realize another plane could get close to another plane and start refueling in the air. I just didn't know that was a thing. Dude, there are some things that people don't know. There are some things that I don't know. You can't just call me a flat-out idiot for not knowing one little thing. And look, if you guys want to call me an idiot, ultimately it's fine. But like, I'm just trying to understand your guys' logic. Do you guys in the chat call everybody that you know an idiot for like not knowing one little thing that you know? Sorry, not everybody knows what you know. And sometimes some things that are common knowledge to most are not always known to some people. It happens. But no, I thought jets and airplanes, I thought they had to land and then I thought they had to be fueled on the ground. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about here? There's just certain things I don't know. Sorry. My bad. Currently we're sitting pretty at 9,471 subscribers. Once again, we're at 9,471 subs. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to subscribe to the channel. It really does help the channel grow in more ways than one. Thank you guys for making me number one. You guys have made the show number one on YouTube, number one in trending. This is the Michael Gaza Show, the musical. Oh, the musical just commenced. I'm sitting here on the fence. And I'm about to shake my ass all night long in a juicy man thong. I'm gonna wear a juicy man thong all day and all night. I'm gonna wear a juicy man thong all day. I know it's the only way that I can say, hey, I gotta wear my man thong every day. Thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that little ditty, that little P Diddy. We're at 9,471 subscribers. Once again, we're at 9,471 subs. We are so mother effing close to 10,000 damn subscribers. I can taste it. I could feel it in my loins, man. I could feel it in my loins. We're only 29 subscribers away from hitting 9,500. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why is Vanny saying that I'm anti-Semitic? What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about, dude? Nah, we do need to watch more about the moon mission, though, but we're really just kind of following. Dude, this war in Iran, as much as I love the moon mission, I've been keeping up with it on a personal level. I've been, outside of this show, I've been keeping up with the moon landing stuff on a more personal level. I'm really excited about. Hey, we're only 28 subscribers away. We're at 9,472 subs, everybody. 9,472. Tap the subscribe button, bro. Tap that mother effing subscribe button. Let's keep watching this video.
Going to hit them
Jesse Waters is a total hunk, by the way. Subscribe if you love Jesse Waters.
extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong.
Israel's going out with a bang. In 48 hours, they've struck over 400 targets and dropped 650 munitions on the enemy. The IDF eliminated battalion commanders, including the top guy in the
That's actually kind of crazy.
regime's ballistic missile unit. These strikes are hitting the mullahs where it hurts the most, in their Persian purses. Overnight, the Israelis struck the Guard's central financial headquarters. The funds coming out of this building pay for Iran's armed forces and provide billions to their proxies. On top of that, they took out the commander of the regime's oil headquarters. This is what you'd call a hostile work environment. Iran's on the verge of a depression. The Guard's policies have bankrupted the country with high inflation and unemployment. And their stubbornness and nuclear ambition pushed the country into a war against the world's greatest military.
Yeah, all they had to do was not... All Iran had to do was not enrich a bunch of fucking uranium and not build nuclear reactors underneath fucking mountains. Like, that's all they had to do. It's as simple as that, dude. It was just so frustrating. Give me 1 second. I got to take down a couple notes real quick. So if we get about... And by the way, we're at 9,472 subs, so don't forget to tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. Now we're at 9,473 subs. Oh, my God. 173. Give me 1 second. I got to take down some journal notes. Hold on. Small Wiener Gang. Okay, there we go. I had to leave some notes. I've been trying to write down some of my thoughts and some of my goals a little bit more. Trying to be smart about it. Oh, dude, we just got an influx of subscribers. Now we're now at 9,475 subscribers. We're only 25 subscribers away from hitting 9,500. So, everybody, let's give a shout out to Chief Smokes a Lot. I don't know. Small Wiener Gang. We'll say Chef Smokes a Lot. Thank you, Chef Smokes a Lot, for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. Let's give a shout out to Chef Smokes a Lot. I appreciate you, bro. And then Germany July. Let's give you a round of applause too. Let's Small Wiener Gang. Everybody give a round of applause to Germany July. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. It really does mean a lot to me. It means a lot to the whole Brony crew. We're all Brony bros. But yeah, no, I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys make this channel go. You guys make the channel grow too. And I appreciate it big time, man. You guys are rock stars.
Terry. To prevent uprisings and cyber warfare, the regime shut the internet off, which then shut off all commerce. The streets are hot. The regime smells a coup coming, and they're going on an execution.
Well, the regime, here's the thing about the Iranian government's regime right now. It's on its last leg. It is absolutely on its last leg, brother. It has no legs to stand on whatsoever. And there is no hope here. There's not a single chance that Iran comes out of this in a better position. There's just not a chance. No way in hell, dude. There's just no way in hell. Okay, what? Hold on.
Annie01200 says, yes, Garza, please explain small wiener gang. BPD Bob says, LOL, it's our gang, the small wiener gang, it's a subscription notification. GTGT9655 says, is this the small wiener gang? I guess I am in the right place. Kelly's23 says, can you explain your small wiener soundbite?
So I do want to explain the small wiener gang soundbite for those of you who don't know. For some of you who do know, you guys ended up watching the Tomorrow's Teachings episode with me on one of the episodes that we had, on one of the live streams that we had on the show. And one of the episodes of Tomorrow's Teachings was about a guy who has a really tiny penis. And in this Tomorrow's Teachings episode, the guy with the tiny penis, at a certain point, he's about ready to off him. He's about ready to jump off a bridge, basically. And then what happens is the guy that made him feel bad about having a small wiener saves his life. And then what happens after that is even crazier. He admits, the guy who was judging him for his small wiener admits that he too has a small wiener. And then they realize that, you know, God made us who we are. We got to love our bodies. You know what? I'm okay with having a small wiener. Small wiener gang. So then that's what inspired the small wiener gang soundbite. Immediately after watching that episode, I recorded the small wiener gang. I recorded the small wiener gang soundbite on my computer as a WAV file. Or I think it was a WAV file. It was one of the sound format files. Either way, I wanted to make sure it was a lossless quality, so it was high quality soundbite. But yeah, so anytime somebody subscribes, this doesn't work with everybody because sometimes people will subscribe and it doesn't show anything, and then sometimes people will, you know, like if I can't explain it. Like only like half of the people who subscribe end up getting shown on here, which is really frustrating. I want to have all of them. Oh, yeah, I forgot the high five. So then they high five. So he says, small wiener gang, and then high fives. So essentially, the small wiener gang, Tomorrow's Teachings. Look, Tomorrow's Teachings is one of the greatest YouTube channels of all time. I think we all know it. I think we all care about it. Tomorrow's Teachings. All right? Let's do it, class. Let's do it, class. Oh, okay. BPD says it won't show for people who keep their subscriptions hidden. Got it. Okay, that actually makes perfect sense, BPD. Small wiener gang. Perfect sense to me.
BPD Bob says it won't show for people who keep their subscriptions hidden.
Hey, everybody, let's give a round of applause to Mr. Clash RL. Once again, thank you, Mr. Clash RL, for subscribing to the channel. Small wiener gang. Let's get. If you guys want to be like Mr. Clash RL, please subscribe. Let's go, dude. That's the sound of my cheeks clapping, by the way. But I do appreciate everybody for subscribing. But BPD, that was actually really good information. I never thought about that. I didn't, because I know that there are some people who actually prefer to keep their subscriptions private, which I totally get. That makes absolutely perfect sense, man. But yeah, we're at 9,478 subscribers. I want to thank each and every one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys for taking the time to subscribe to this crazy channel. Once again, we're at 9,478 subs. I could not have done it without you guys, and I want to thank each and every one of you guys once again from the bottom of my crazy ass heart. 9,478 subs, baby. We're only 22 subscribers away from hitting 9,500, and then we're 500 subs away from hitting 10,000. Boom. We're almost, the road to 10,000 subs is a crazy one, but it's not a lonely one because I'm running this train with you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, man, I would not be this successful on YouTube. You guys are the core reason that I am so bloody successful on all this. I want to thank, especially, I want to thank the diehard fans the people who come in and chat. BPD, I love you, bro. You come in and you engage hardcore. Annie, you're kick-ass. I want to thank my boy TJ from Stocks Family Farms, my boy Nate Dogg. There's a lot of boys. There's a lot of boys I got to thank, man. But at the moment, I can't think of all the boys. I got to stop calling everybody boys. It's creepy. But, yeah. Oh, dude, we just got 2 more freaking subscribers. 2 more subs we just got. Now we're at 9,400 and... Hold on. Now we're at 9,480 subscribers. We're officially only 20 subscribers away from hitting 9,500. So don't forget to tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. Every subscriber means we're closer to 10K, man. And we're trying to get to 10K. Probably, I think we're going to get to 10,000 subs around April 12th. Maybe. I think we'll get to, yeah. Oh my God, we're going to get to 10,000 subs probably around April 10th or April 8th or something. I don't know. But if we keep up the momentum, man, we're going to be cooking. If we keep up the momentum, we're going to be cooking.
Spree. In the last 2 days, they've killed 4 dissidents. The clock's ticking. They're running out of money and missiles. The only leverage they have.
Nate Dogg said, dang, I said nothing all day. No, like I want to thank everybody who's been a part of this, who's been a part of the crazy shit. Thank you for the happy poop yum yum. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, no, I just want to say that I really do believe in doing this show. I know this show is unique. I know this show's kind of different. This is not your typical live stream. When I started doing the show, I really thought long. I actually did think long and hard about how I wanted to do this show. I thought to myself, how do I want to actually make this show function? And then I thought, well, let's not overthink the show. Because if I overthink the show, that means I'm going to overcomplicate it. So I decided, okay, let's keep it simple. What do I like to talk about? Well, truth be told, I like to talk about investing. I will say this. The show turning into a political show was kind of more of it was more of a realization that's what viewers wanted to see. And but I decided that even though viewers want to see politics, I think viewers want somebody who doesn't take politics too seriously. You know what I mean? Because I really, here's the thing. I don't take politics very seriously. I really don't. At the end of the day, I'm really just a guy who is really into software programming, who's really into investing. I'm not really into the news that much. I just don't think it's good for me. But at the same time, you know, I have an incentive to watch the news. I watch the news. The only time I watch the news and keep up to date with the world is during my live stream. I have no idea what the fuck is happening half the time around the world until I start live streaming and reacting to everything that's happening. So every reaction that you're getting is a very raw and true reaction from me because I don't know what I'm going to see. I don't really know what to expect because I haven't really been paying attention to the news all day long. And this actually helps. But Nate Dogg says, just let GPT think for you. I mean, honestly, ChatGPT, in a weird way, has become an extension to my own mind. And that sounds really creepy. But in a weird way, it's like I'm kind of like an external cyborg, right? It's like this ChatGPT has become a second brain for me. And really, I choose to look at working with ChatGPT like collaborating with a human being. When I'm working with AI, I am collaborating with the AI overall. And anyway, I could go into the semantics, but yeah, I really do enjoy. I actually do enjoy reacting to content. It is fun to me. And yeah, if I don't know the answer to something, I'll have ChatGPT tutor me. ChatGPT, when it's tutoring me, though, it keeps touching my leg. Anyway, we're at 9,481 subscribers, you guys. 9,481. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for taking the time to subscribe to this channel. I can't believe we're here. We're at 9,481 subs. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the stream. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, especially if you think that Donald Trump is hot AF and is a total MILF. Let's go, dude.
Have left is uranium, and Trump's watching it like a hawk.
We have it under intense satellite surveillance and control. If we see them make a move, even a move for it, we'll hit them with missiles very hard again. We have all the cards, they have none.
Oh, he just said his famous line, "We have all the cards, they have none." You don't have the cards. And honestly, Trump's right, man. The U.S. is playing a game of chess that is completely unfair against Iran. Iran is playing with pawns. The U.S. is playing with nothing but queens, and they are attacking everything. But yeah, thank you guys. Don't forget to take a moment to tap the subscribe button in the upper right hand corner, though. Like I said, it really does help the channel grow in more ways than one, as I always say. It's one. I feel like it's become kind of the catchphrase of this channel. It is please tap the subscribe button. It helps the channel in more ways than one. That sort of thing. That sort of cheesy fucking line. It's got to be the cheesiest line I've ever come up with. It's kind of a sexy line, though. Hold on. My chicken, I was cooking some chicken in the slow cooker, and I really seasoned it well this time. Like, I actually seasoned the chicken properly. Normally, I don't add enough seasoning to the chicken itself. So what I decided to do was I decided to actually measure out how much seasoning I'm putting in there. And traditionally, based on a lot of recipes I've looked up, you usually want to put about 1 tablespoon of seasoning per pound of chicken. So I had about 3 pounds of chicken in the slow cooker. So I put in 3 tablespoons of seasoning. So it looks pretty well seasoned. The meat is very seasoned. It's going to be pretty tasty, though. It's going to be one of the tastier. It's going to be good chicken, man. The goal is obviously to make it shredded chicken, though. You know me, you guys know me. I love shredded chicken a lot, so that's why I love having a slow cooker. Having a slow cooker really does allow you to make good, high quality, evenly cooked shredded chicken. So BRB, hold on. Okay, here we go. So 9,481 subs, man. I can't believe it, man. We're 19 subs away. We're doing it, man. We're a part of the Pink Brony Club. No, dude. Frog eat frog. Hold on, bro. I swear. No, dude. I didn't do it. I didn't do it, bro. I didn't do it in the sink, I swear. We don't need tomorrow's teachings, man. I don't know if I feel like doing any tomorrow's teachings tonight. Just remember, we typically end every stream with a tomorrow's teachings dream. We typically end the stream with a tomorrow's teaching dream. We always watch tomorrow's teachings to learn a valuable lesson about life. But tomorrow's teachings is totally creepy. And at the end of the day, I don't learn anything. Tomorrow's teachings, you can go straight to hell. All right, let's go, dude. Tomorrow's teachings, the greatest YouTube channel of all time. Okay, I want to thank everybody. We're now at 9,482 subscribers. Once again, we're at 9,482 subs. Make sure that you guys tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. It does help the channel grow. Let's go, dude. I am mega. Let's go. But yeah, like I said, tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. It does help the channel grow. It doesn't make my wiener any bigger, but yeah, tap that subscribe button. The more subscribers we get, man, it really helps. We're only, I can't believe it, man. We're only 18 subs away from hitting 9,500. Let's keep reacting, man.
With our air defenses gone, Epic Fury setting up a softer target. If Iran ever tries to nuke up or rearm, the next president can mow the grass. The main issue is the Strait. If they mine it, we...
Okay, General George Washington is saying, if you can recite the American Pledge of Allegiance, I'll subscribe. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic... Hold on. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I think that's the entire one. Hold on. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And Small wiener gang! To the republic of which it stands, one nation, in which it stands... Hold on. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic of... And to the republic for which it... Oh, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There we go. Anyway, if you guys can, hey, thank you so much, General George Washington.
General George Washington,
I appreciate you subscribing, man.
1776 says, correct, sir. Subscribed.
You guys were forcing me to remember the Pledge of Allegiance, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a while since I've done it. But yeah, thank you, Larson Christopher. Yeah,
says,
I'm actually shocked I remember.
Good on yat.
Navy SEAL 2K says you forgot Trump.
Navy SEAL 2K says, yeah. You forgot Trump in the Pledge of Allegiance. Annie01200 says, well done, Garza. General George Washington 1776 says, well earned.
You guys are funny, dude. You guys are funny. No, I appreciate it, though. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you. Let's give a shout out to Navy SEAL 2K. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm going to put your name back up on the board real quick. Small wiener gang. Once again, everybody give a shout out to Navy SEAL 2K for subscribing to the channel. It really helps the channel a lot. Thank you, General George Washington, for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate that,
General George Washington 1776 says,
best first president ever.
Correct, sir. Subscribed.
Well, actually, Trump is the greatest president of all time, but George Washington's definitely like number 2, for sure. Just kidding. George Washington is the GOAT, though. I think it's either between Abe Lincoln or George Washington as the GOATs. But Trump is definitely in the top 3, though. top 3 goats. Guess what? We're now at 9,485 subscribers. Once again, we're at 9,485 subscribers. So if you guys can, look in the upper right-hand corner. Okay, so when you're looking at your mobile phone, when you're looking at your phone, there should be a subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. Please tap the subscribe button to help us grow. The more subscribers we get, the more of a footprint we get on YouTube. And we're basically about 500 subs away from hitting 10,000 subs. Once we get to 10,000 subscribers, I was looking into it. 10,000 subscribers means a lot. It means that my show's going to be more recognized. My content is going to be pushed out even more on YouTube. So it's a big deal, man. So having all this notoriety, having all these subscribers, it really does help. So each and every one of you guys are contributing to the show's success for not only subscribing, but remaining as a subscriber. General George Washington takes offense. Navy SEAL 2K says Taft is number 1. No, but thank you guys for tapping the subscribe button. Actually, we lost 1 subscriber here, but we're at 9,484 subscribers. Once again, we're at 9,484. We're only 16 subscribers away from hitting 9,500. So once again, please don't forget to tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. It does help the channel grow.
American Avenger-class minesweepers can take them out one by one. We used these during the Gulf War and destroyed over 1,000 mines off the coast of Kuwait. The Navy's also upgraded our littoral combat ships. Those are the shallow water vessels with 50 caliber machine guns attached. We also have choppers equipped with laser mine.
Wait, so Shifty.
Sh55 says, yes, everyone help him spread lies.
How am I spreading lies, G-Dog? Tell me how I'm spreading lies, my boy. How am I spreading lies, man? Tell me, Shifty, how the hell am I spreading lies? Is it because I think that the war in Iran is actually... I don't think it's the best thing in the world, but I do think it's a good thing for the rest of the Middle East. It should help, ultimately, a lot of people. And I think it will help a lot. Look, I think it's going to make... Look, a weakened Iran is a good Iran. So the weaker the Iranian military, the less. So think of it this way. It's addition by subtraction. Once again, it's addition by subtraction. Now, hear me out, everybody. Before you guys eviscerate me in the chat. Hear me out. Okay? You guys hearing me? Do you guys feel me? Now, what I'm going to tell you guys is going to shock you. It's going to scare you. But the Iranian government having less power, having less of a military, having less of a navy, is actually addition by subtraction for the rest of the Middle East and the rest of Europe. This means that Iran can stop damaging all the other countries around it. It means Iran doesn't have the ability to create a nuclear weapon. And with all that enriched uranium, the U.S. is going to have to confiscate it. Straight up. Iran, by no means... I want to let you guys know, by no means should Iran have a nuclear weapon. Iran should absolutely, in no way, shape, or form, have a nuclear weapon. Ever, 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 ever. It just should not happen. And anybody who thinks it should happen, I think, is just totally incorrect. And I think they need to reevaluate a few things. At least that's my opinion.
Detection systems, too. And this just in, oil tankers are starting to move through the strait. 3 ships with insurance hugged the coast of Oman and slipped into the Gulf. The Arabs are also feverishly building new pipelines to feed oil into the Red Sea so the strait can never get held hostage again. Trump seems calm, He's telling the world to just sail back in.
Interesting, you know, and that's the thing, man. I do think that Trump is getting us back on the right track. I think Trump is, you know, I mean, look at all the positives. And this isn't even really a war. It's only lasted 4 to 6 weeks. It's been a complete annihilation of Iran's government, if you think about it. So in all actuality, was Trump wrong for doing what he did? No. No, he wasn't. In fact, I would argue that he was absolutely justified in doing what he did. I would say he was absolutely justified in doing what he did. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm on the right path or the wrong path? Am I nuts? How am I nuts? Because I firmly believe that a weakened Iran is better for the rest of the Middle East. It absolutely is, because Iran has been one of the biggest bullies of the Middle East to all of its neighboring countries. It's been the #1 state sponsor of terror for as long as I can remember. I think it's good that Iran has a weakened military. This has been an annihilation of Iran's military and their leadership. And you know what? It's for the best. Honestly, the Middle East is probably really happy right now. I would assume that the Middle East is exactly is thinking what I'm thinking. Thank God Iran, who is a total bully, by the way, the government of Iran is a total bully. They're thinking to themselves, thank God it's finally done. Thank goodness, man. Small Wiener Gang. But I do want to thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. We're at 9,485 subscribers. It looks like Brandon Thines just a few seconds ago just subscribed to the channel. I want to thank you for subscribing, Mr. Brandon Thines. I'm going to put your name back up on the board. Let's put your name back up. Small Wiener Gang. No, dude, Iran is absolutely a bully. I mean, look, I'm not a big fan of Israel. I think Israel has become too crazy. The problem with Israel is they think that because they're allies with the U.S., they feel like they could do anything that they want. I don't think that's a good idea. But look, I think that the war in Iran is completely justified. I really do. I think the war in Iran is so justified because why would you want a powerful Iran? Why would you want an Iran that is fucking enriching levels of uranium that are beyond scale? Like, not beyond, that's a little of exaggeration, but they were enriching enough uranium to put it in a nuclear bomb. So to those of you who think that Iran has had good intentions, they didn't. It's pretty fucking obvious that they were trying to develop a nuclear weapon. So honestly, it's a good thing that the U.S. military came in and said, you know what? Let's dismantle their entire navy. Let's sink their entire navy. Let's cripple their military, cripple their armaments, and take out the entirety of their leadership. Honestly, that was the way to do it, man. That was the way to do it. Should we take over the oil? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. Most likely.
So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. Number one, buy oil from the United States of America.
Hell yeah, dude. We got plenty of oil.
We have plenty. We have so much. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the Strait and just take it. Protect it. Use it for yourself.
Yeah, why the hell not, man? Take it, protect it, get it all good. Get it all right, dude. Fuck yeah. USA, USA, USA. Nah, dude, Trump's the man, dude. I don't care what any of you haters say. To all the haters out there, Trump's the man, bro. If you guys can, though, don't forget to tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. It does help the channel grow. Once again, do not forget to tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. We're currently sitting pretty at 9,485 subscribers. Once again, we're at 9,485 subs. Again, I want to thank everybody for subscribing, man. You guys are really helping out the channel grow, and I mean, you guys do make it all worthwhile at the end of the day. So once again, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being so thoughtful, so kind. Honestly, I have the kindest audience on YouTube, believe it or not. Now, I have a lot of leftists who come into the chat and try to make and that's fine. I don't want to I don't block them. I want them to be able to say their piece, even if they're being crazy. But yeah, absolutely, man. I want people to be able to say whatever they want, even if I disagree with it. I might say that the idea is stupid, but I do believe that smart people believe in dumb ideas. If they want to believe in that dumb idea, who knows? Maybe I'm the dummy. But no, I think the biggest thing is you got to be open to the fact that people think differently. I think debate is a good thing. I think people debating is a good thing as long as they're not doing any personal jabs. I draw the line at personal jabs, though. When you start getting too personal, that's when it pisses me off. Okay. Small wiener gang. Let's take a look here.
EPD Bob says, you get some real unhinged trolls sometimes. But I've seen plenty of genuine arguments too. I like when people make good points.
Yeah, man. So that's the thing. We do on the channel get some unhinged trolls for sure. Absolutely. But yeah, we've also had people who come in with genuine, interesting points of view, actually. And it's fun to listen to them speak. It really is. So anytime I could hear somebody with good points of view, interesting points of view, at least speak, I always appreciate it. Big time. Sorry for the silence, by the way. I was looking at... Damn, dude. Dude, we just keep... I swear we're getting like a subscriber every fucking second, it feels like. Okay, maybe that's a little exaggerated, but it feels like we're getting one subscriber every minute. And, that's another exaggeration, so I'm flubbing the stats. We're currently at 9,487 subscribers, though. Once again, 9,487. We're only 13 subscribers away from hitting 9,500. So please, if you guys can hear me and you haven't subscribed, please tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. It truly helps the channel grow. And we want to grow as big as we can get. We want to get as big as we can. So let's keep going, man.
Macron says that's unrealistic. And to be honest, he's right. The French and the Europeans have been AWOL since World War II. It's America's job to control the water. We're the only country with a real navy. They're out of shape. And instead of getting off the couch, they're bitter. And the strait's closed, and they're blaming us instead of the mullahs. One White House source told Politico, quote, "It's like these mother effers always talk about Article 5. Okay, well, Iran has been blowing up our soldiers and ripping their wings off for, half a century. and we finally responded, and now they're going after all our major non-NATO allies in the United States, and you guys are saying not only you're not going to help, but you're closing your airspace to us? Really? Iran was transitioning.
That is kind of crazy. Like, that is wild. Iran has been such a piece of crap for so long. The Iranian government and Iranian military have been so terrible to its own neighbors. Has been terrible overall. They have such a warped point of view. Their religion's too crazy for me, man. You know, I try to respect all religions, but my God, there's something about Islam, man, that just grosses me out. I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that they never had a part 2 to their, to their particular religious texts. The one thing I respect about Christianity, I will say this, the one thing I heavily respect about Christianity is that there's the Old Testament and then there's the New Testament. There was at least a part 2, right? Well, guess what? The Quran never got a part 2. The Quran remained the Quran. That's the biggest problem I have with the Quran, is it never really got updated. It never really got reinterpreted. It never got any true revisions that maybe it needed. So yeah, what I'm saying is I'm not a fan of the Quran. Anyway, thank you guys for tapping the subscribe button. We're now at 9,488 subscribers. Once again, 9,488 subs. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for taking the time to subscribe. Let's go. We're only 12 subscribers away, man. 12 subs away from hitting 9,500, man. I can't believe it, bro. 12 subscribers away from hitting 9,500. We're doing it, man. We're doing it. We're getting big. We're getting big. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Hey, yo. But no, I want to thank you guys for keeping the show on the road, keeping the show going. Yeah.
Derace.Nispun says, read the Quran, buddy, read it without bias, winky face.
Yeah, I think you should have a little bit of bias. Everybody's got biases, and I think the thing is, we try to remain neutral in things on a personal level when we're not really. Look, everybody's got biases, and sometimes those biases cannot be helped. I try to keep a neutral point of view. I really do. But don't get me wrong, I got my own biases, but I'm very transparent. I'm very, very transparent about my biases. All right? I will always be transparent about them every single step of the way, no matter what.
BPD Bob says, I mean, I've read parts of it, and it loses me at stuff like child marriage, slavery, women abuse, etc.
Yeah, and that's where it gets really creepy. I get that. Absolutely, dude. 100% agree. 100% agree. We're currently sitting pretty at 9,488 subscribers. Once again, we're sitting pretty at 9,488 subs. 12 subscribers away from hitting 9,500. Can you believe this, everybody? We're doing it, man. We're doing it. We're killing it. 12 subs away, man.
Into North Korea, Bill Clinton had the chance to bomb Pyongyang's nuclear reactors in the 90s, but he backed off and he sent Jimmy Carter to negotiate. They toyed around with Jimmy, and then it was too late. Surprise, surprise, North Korea got a nuke. We were treating Iran the same way. We sent cash, diplomats, love letters. Sanctions went on, sanctions went on.
Yeah, you can't be buddy-buddy with Iran. That's the point. You can't be buddy-buddy with Iran. Especially when they have a nuclear weapon, man. Especially when they were that close to being able to, because they were enriching enough uranium to put into a bomb. And there were already agreements that were laid out saying that, hey, Iran cannot and will not have a bomb. They should not have one. But yeah, anyway. So we're currently sitting at... Dude, we just got another subscriber, though, man. Thank you very much, Michael Park, for subscribing to the channel. Gang. Anybody who wants to subscribe to the channel, just tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. It does help the channel grow. Here are some of the subscribers that subscribed in the last, hour. Small Wiener These Gang. Are some of the people who subscribed in the last hour. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being so incredible. Oh, hold on. Small Wiener Gang. So, give me a few seconds. I got to check on my chicken. Not choke my chicken. I got to check my Small chicken. Wiener Gang. Make sure it's cooking all the way. I think it's good for the most part, but... Small Wiener Gang. Small Wiener Gang. Small Wiener Gang. Small Wiener Gang. Okay, how's it going, everybody? Okay, let's see. BPD. Oh, yeah. Oh, you guys gotta give me a second. All right, here we go. So the chicken's looking good. I was checking on the chicken in the slow cooker. And I made sure I put in the right amount of seasoning. Actually, I got to check something real quick. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I basically added, so I added 3 teaspoons. Oh. Teaspoons? Oh. I added tablespoons. Shit, hold on. Hold on. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I was making sure that I got this right, man. Sorry about that, man. I was adding, it's called, actually, you know what? Hold on. So, this is the stuff. This is the stuff that I add to, it's called special shit. It's something I got here locally. My mom got it for me as a gift. And its ingredients include salt, and I'll show it to you guys real quick. So this is the ingredients. It's probably tough to read, so I'll read it to you guys. So this is, first off, this is called Special Shit from Big Cock Ranch. Once again, Big Cock Ranch. And I'm not kidding about any of this, by the way. And then so basically, Special Shit can make steaks, seafood, chicken, or any other kind of shit taste delightful. Just sprinkle Special Shit on whatever you're cooking, and no longer will it taste like the same old shit. Once you start using Special Shit, you'll never go back to that other shit you've been using. Ingredients include salt, pepper, granulated garlic, paprika, sugar, granulated onion, chili powder, plain meat tenderizer, and calcium stearate. So it's pretty good, man. So if you guys want to check it out, it's specialshit.com. Actually, we could check out the website real quick. So they actually do have a website called specialshit.com. Let me pull it up real quick. Hold on. No, the Special Shit is so good, dude. I love it. It's like one of my favorites. Here we go. All right, so this is the Special Shit website. It's specialshit.com. Our history products. This looks like. First off, I live by this seasoning. By the way, I love this seasoning. It's actually one of the best seasonings I've ever had. And so we're by the way, I just want to give a shout out to everybody who subscribed to the channel. We're now sitting at 9,492 subscribers. Once again, we're at 9,492 subscribers. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for subscribing. It really does help the channel grow. You guys have made this channel exactly what it needed to be. Essentially, you guys made it happen. You guys are the key to my success, and I gotta say, I'm pretty lucky. I'm pretty lucky that I've been able to meet you all so far, and I'm lucky, man. I mean, it's cool. You guys are my online friends at this point. Like, now I got my real life friends, obviously, and all that, but to all of you guys, the majority of you guys I've never met before. So you guys are basically like my YouTube home dogs, my homies. No, but it's cool. I've made a lot of cool. I've made a lot of cool relationships, a lot of friends on here. Like I said, I've never met any of you guys in real life, but it's really cool that I'm able to reach out to you guys on occasion. For example, Tim Smith. I really enjoy, sending him emails. He sends me emails. He sends me a lot of emails, but he'll send me like videos that I can react to on the show, which is really neat. I try to keep up with all of it, but sometimes I forget. I'm really good at forgetting shit, though. No, I got friends. I'm not going to say I've got like a ton of friends, but I'm glad I keep my friend groups, relatively small, when it comes to friends, I prefer quality over quantity. I'll say that. And I got some good quality friends. Yeah, I got good quality friends. I got great quality friends. High quality. And I'm lucky. Not everybody, you know, there are some people out there that have trouble making friends. And to that, I want to say this. If there's anybody out there who has trouble making friends, and if I'm the closest thing that you got to a friend, you know, I'm not going to dog on that, by the way. I'm not going to dog on that. In fact, I'm happy to be your friend in some capacity. I know what it's like to feel pretty lonely. So, you know, if I'm a source of encouragement to you guys in any way, shape, or form, if I make you guys laugh, if I make your guys' day better, I'll take that to the bank. That's actually worth more to me than money. As much as I love, like, you know, people think that I'm all in it for the money. You know, not really. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to monetize this shit. Don't get me wrong. I want to make some money for the time that I'm taking here. But at the end of the day, all that really matters to me, man, is being able to invest, being able to be around the people I care about. And honestly, I really do love doing this show, by the way. This show is, I'm living the dream. I'm living the dream. I really am. And it really is all thanks to you guys, man. Exactly, BPD. One good friend is worth more than 1,000 fake ones. You're absolutely correct. You know, luckily I got a pretty good friend group. You know, I want to thank them. Tylord is one. Oh no, Tylord. No, we're not bringing out. I don't have a piss bottle collection, I swear. But yeah, check this out, you guys. The best barbecue rubs and seasonings. This is for real. No shit. Let's shop the seasonings, man. Let's take a look at the different seasonings they got. So you guys can, by the way, you guys can order special shit online. So look at this. They got aw shit. They got badass shit. They got bullshit, chicken shit, good shit, no shit, special shit. So they got a wide variety. They got a very wide variety of different seasonings. It's so cool, dude. No, I love these guys, man. Big Cock Ranch, dude. Big Cock Ranch. I love it. These guys are amazing, man. They got recipes. They got to contact us. They got sales. I think they're based out of. I think they're based in Oregon. Let's take a look. Our story. So let's see. Our history. The story of special shit. One day, Dan's stockbroker Randy watched as Dan sprinkled something from a very nondescript jar onto some juicy ribeye steaks. Randy wanted to know the origin of the seasoning, and Dan informed him that it was his own concoction. A few days later, Randy asked if he could have some of the spice. Dan didn't know what he was talking about until Randy said, "You know, your special shit." Well, a legend was born. Friends and coworkers began encouraging Dan to manufacture special shit in quantity so they could give it to their friends and family. Soon, coworkers were ordering it by the case. One of Dan's clients began using it as a sales incentives. Another shipped it to their international sales offices. Folks in more than 17 countries have now enjoyed special shit. This is an amazing story. I don't know how true it is, but this is amazing. After the first Christmas special shit was available, the phone began ringing off the wall. "Do you have any other shit?" the caller would say. Unfortunately, we didn't. Dan headed to the kitchen to try to make complementary products to special shit. In a few months, good shit and ah shit were born. From there, Dan eventually came up with dip shit, hot shit, BBQ shit. Anyway, I don't know if I could say the S word too many times. We're just going to say S word from here. Anytime new visitors are invited to the Big Cock Ranch, they want to know how Dan makes the barbecue or steaks or whatever he's cooking taste so good. Dan usually lies to them initially and tells them it is because he is such a good cook, but reluctantly he admits to special shit being responsible for the accolades. Most first-time customers purchase our products for the label and the novelty of the product. It doesn't take them long, however, to discover the delicious taste. You can almost be guaranteed they will return for more when they run out. Our products also make the perfect gift. Depending on the budget, we offer something for some. That's amazing, dude. That is amazing. Special shit is where it's at, dude. I love special shit, dude. But yeah, no, this stuff is amazing. Like I said, this is a seasoning. I bought so I ended up buying this at a store next to the food truck lot in my local town. Really good stuff, man. Really tasty stuff. This is one of the best products ever. So if you guys want, man, go to specialshit.com and get it. Oh, they even got gift packs? No way. Anyway, this is an amazing company, and I do hope you guys end up buying from them. Seriously, specialshit.com, man. Amazing. Tasty.
Off the whole time, Iran raced toward a nuke, and their missile ranges kept growing. They can hit European capitals, and sooner or later, we'd be in range. Last night, the president said he did something that other presidents said they were going to do, but never did: prevent Iran from getting a nuke. But Democrats who knew Iran was cheating and months away from weaponization are rooting against epic fury. This was Kamala last night before Trump even spoke. Listen.
Hey, everyone. So I'm not going to be able to watch the president's address tonight, but here's the thing.
We don't want to hear from you, Kamala Harris. Here's the thing. Honestly, I will admit, if she ends up winning the Democrat primary, I don't know how she will, but if she ends up winning the Democrat primary, I don't know what I'll say to that, because obviously if J.D. Vance ran against Kamala Harris, J.D. Vance would wipe the floor with her.
He brought America into a war that people do not want.
Don't speak for everybody. I'm actually okay with Operation Epic Fury at this point, because it took out Iran's leadership and it took out Iran's military. I think it's worth it.
And I bet you he's going to try and claim victory tonight. But the reality is we're watching what he does instead of listening to what he says.
We're about to enter week.
You do realize, Kamala, that the entire Iranian Navy and their aircraft carriers and pretty much their entire military are crippled, right? So we pretty much have won this war. And the war is there's only like 2 weeks left of the war. 2 weeks left. The war is winding down, whether you want to admit it or not. By the way, we're at 9,492 subscribers. Once again, we're at 9,492 subs, which means that we're 8. I can't believe I'm saying this, man. We're 8 subscribers away. 8 subscribers away from hitting 9,500, man. I can't believe it. Can you believe it? But anyway, 9,493 subs. Oh, we're 7 subscribers away. Everybody, don't forget to subscribe, man. We're 7 subscribers away from hitting 9,500. 7 subscribers away from hitting 9,500 subs. We're doing it. We're almost to 10K as well. So don't forget to subscribe, everybody. Do not forget to subscribe. Please subscribe, man. Come on, man. Come on. Subscribe to the channel.
5. Most analysts believe this has been pure military dominance. CENTCOM Commander Brad Cooper says we're making undeniable progress, and enemy Navy aircraft and defense systems are non-existent. Democrats are saying 33 days in that it's a quagmire. The president says think again.
World War II lasted for 3 years, 8 months, and 25 days. The Vietnam War lasted for 19 years, 5 months, and 29 days.
That's a crazy long time.
Iraq went on for 8 years, 8 months, and 28 days. We are in this military operation so powerful, so brilliant against one of the most powerful countries for 32 days. And the country has been eviscerated and essentially is really no longer a threat.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.
Hold on. Disc Golf is saying comment and I'll subscribe. Are you talking about
Disc Golf says
Disc Golf?
Comment and I'll subscribe.
Thank you, Disc Golf, man. I hope you subscribe to the channel, man. Everybody give a round of applause to Disc Golf for subscribing to the channel. At least I hope you do. Thank you, man.
Real Garza says double tap the screen to like.
But yeah, make sure you guys double tap the screen to like the stream. One more time, double tap the screen to like the stream. We're at 94 likes, man. And guess what? We just got 2 more subscribers. We're at 9,004. I can't believe it. We're at 9,494 subs. Once again, we're at 9,494 subscribers. We're only 6 subscribers away from hitting 9,500.
Small wiener gang.
I can't believe it, man. Thank you all. You guys are making it happen. And let's give a shout out to Tim Lichty. Everybody give a shout out to Tim Lichty, everybody, for subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much, Mr. Tim. I'm going to put your name back up on the board.
Small wiener gang.
Okay, let's see what Brett Baer is saying. Maybe, I don't know. Do I want to watch Brett Baer? I don't know. I don't feel like it. I've had enough Fox News for the day, man. I've had enough Fox News, but let's see what else we can react to. What other shit? Do we got? You know, this says the real reason that Pam Bondi got fired is dark. Honestly, Pam Bondi got fired because she's a total Karen, and she's not good at her job. I'm not a fan of Pam Bondi at all, dude. Pam Bondi pisses me off, dude. Let's take a look and see what else is out there. Oh, August the Duck. Hold on. So August the Duck is saying this life lesson channel should be banned. Let's see what he's talking about.
Why do you have chickens if you don't eat meat?
He's talking about tomorrow's teachings. Oh my God, he's talking about tomorrow's teachings, everybody. Okay, we're going to watch August the Duck react to tomorrow's teachings. This is going to be good. It's a reaction channel reacting to a reaction channel reacting to tomorrow's teachings. Let's go.
Where did you get this chicken from? From the backyard. I chopped their heads off myself. I wish I was a chicken.
You remind me of Layla so much. You remind me of Layla so much. I miss her. Layla.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys.
What the hell's happening, dude? Oh God, I can't wait. I love August the Duck though. This is a very interesting channel. He reacts to all these life lesson channels and all this random shit on the internet. Let's observe.
Boys and girls, today's video is going to be a bit stinky. Now, it's very rare that I talk about anything on this channel that I have an actual quarrel with. I'd say like 95% of the time I'm covering a video because I find it funny or silly, and that's my main motivation for talking about it, just lighthearted entertainment. Today, not so much. Now, we've seen our fair share of life lesson videos on this channel, and when I say that, I actually mean we've probably watched more than any other channel on this website. Not sure yet if that's something to be proud of, but we've seen a lot. Today, however, we're gonna see something that I wish I didn't have to. Allow me to
You guys, make sure that you tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. We're only 6 subscribers away from hitting 9,500. Who's going to be the 9,500 subscriber? I don't know, but it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be sexy. It's going to be beautiful.
Introduce you to a channel called Tomorrow's Teachings. A channel that should...
The greatest channel of all fucking time. Just saying. The greatest channel ever. Tomorrow's Teachings. Don't you ever diss Tomorrow's Teachings.
Should probably be taken off of this website. You can look through some of these videos on their channel and probably see what I'm talking about, but one that I think really makes a strong argument for this is their most recent video.
Small Wiener Gang.
Girl turns into a chicken. You won't believe it. Now, at first, you're probably thinking, okay, this is just a silly parody-like life lesson channel, and that's what I thought too when I first saw this channel, and then I watched this video, and, well, that's not what it is. Now, I watched this video originally on stream, and I was very hesitant to even cover it because I feel like this is something that would get me a strike knowing YouTube. Even though this video is live and well on the original channel, that's never stopped me from getting a strike before. But hey, I feel like I'm in pretty good standing with YouTube. I've been a good boy recently, so maybe they'll cut me some slack. I guess we'll find out. Let's begin. Please subscribe.
Miss Karen, I told you I'm vegetarian.
Do not be crazy. Eat the chicken. It's good for you.
I've been vegetarian almost all my life. My dad is too. We don't believe in eating meat. It's not fair for the animals.
I don't care. Eat the meat. It's good for you.
I want my dad.
Well, he's not here till Friday, so shut up.
God, what is... Dude, god damn it. It's sad because... I feel like there's some households out there that are just like that. I don't know. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. If you guys love Tomorrow's Teachings as much as I do, please tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. We're at 9,494 subs. We're only 6 subscribers away from hitting 9,500. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys for making this channel as sexy as it ever could be. You guys make this channel go right round. Spin right round, baby. Right round. Like a record, baby.
Why can't you respect my decision of being vegetarian?
Being a vegetarian is a disgrace in my family. I only eat chicken and meat. And that's what you're gonna eat while I watch you.
My god, these TikTok carnivore diets are really getting out of hand. So at first...
Well, I mean, I am cooking chicken in my slow cooker.
First glance, it just seems like a stereotypical, stupid life lesson channel. You know, people just trying to mooch off the style of Darman and doing these over-the-top life lessons that would never happen in any real
Darman is my Kang.
Situation, and then trying to tie it back together at the end as some sort of inspirational message. And,
it is.
Once again, just really want to make clear here, that's not what you're about to watch.
Why do you even have chickens if you're vegetarian?
Wait, what?
Why do you have chickens if you don't eat meat?
Where did you get this chicken from?
From the backyard. I chopped their heads off myself.
What? No!
Jeez, that bitch just like killed that girl's chickens, dude. What the fuck? Dude, this is depressing me. What the hell?
Jack, Toby, Sarah, Alice. No, she killed them. Hi, Clyde. I'm sorry my nanny killed your wife.
Alright, so the grieving process was over and done pretty quickly. You seem to not be too torn up about it anymore. I'm not trying to be like that guy that like overhypes a silly video, but just knowing what happens next, man, these scenes are just gross.
Hey, Miss Karen, have you seen the baby chickens?
Guess they're not teaching context clues in school anymore, because I feel like you should really not be surprised at the absence of the eggs here. I mean, you have just been informed that your nanny is eating all of your pet chickens, so could you really not kind of put two and two together?
Yep. They're right here.
No! Those were the babies! How could you?
I got hungry.
They were just babies!
Saving one for you tomorrow morning.
No, please! Those are my friends!
They're dead, and they're a good source of protein. Tomorrow.
Good Lord, man, this is dark. Just like I feel bad for the girl because those were her pet chickens, dude. Come on, man. Ugh, this is just. I know that they're all actors, but my God, this is so bad.
Tomorrow, we kill the other chicken.
No! Not Clyde! He's my friend! He's the only one who's been there for me.
Look, I'm not trying to throw salt in the wound here, but if a chicken is the only person who's ever been there for you, I would recommend you try and expand that social circle. I feel like that's not a healthy situation for anybody, much less a child.
Please,
bend over now!
Whoa, okay.
You're getting a spanking.
So we're going to skip over this part real quickly because YouTube is kind of weird about stuff like this. I mean, I kind of get it. But yeah, we've sourced an actual whip for this scene, which I feel like is a bit of a strange creative decision. You know what I mean? Not what I would do. Just saying.
I wish I was a chicken, so I didn't have to deal with humans like you! Dear God, please take me away from these evil humans. I wish I was a chicken.
Well, I don't know if that's the answer. You know, you just got to be strong and I don't know. That just sucks though, man. Like I respect if people are vegetarian. I respect it completely. I respect it completely. I don't understand how I hate it when people force their culture on you. It's so stupid. Like that girl is a vegetarian. Let her be a vegetarian. You know? I mean, God damn.
Layla, get up. You have to leave for school in 20 minutes.
God damn it, she became a chicken. Are you fucking kidding me? God damn. Okay, she really did become a chicken.
What the heck? I'm a chicken?
Yep, it sure does appear that way, and of all the things that you could wish to be, I'm not sure how you landed on chicken. This one might be a little bit too late considering that you are already a chicken, but chickens don't get treated too well by humans either. Actually, chickens...
Yeah, I can't do this, dude. I'm sorry, this is too much even for me, man. That's just too much even for me, man. I got to admit, you guys, it's getting late. I'm tired. I want to get to bed. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to end the stream for the rest of the night because I am tired. I'm actually about ready to fall. My ass is about ready to fall asleep, dude. So for those of you who are still here, we're currently sitting pretty at 9,495 subscribers. We're only 5 subscribers away. I am making a plea to you guys because I really want to get to 9,500 by the end of the night. Even if we don't, we're really close to it, so I'm happy about it either way. I'm just grateful. I want to say that I'm grateful to you guys for taking the time to subscribe to this channel, this crazy, weird channel that I've concocted, and I'm having such a good time with it. But I do want to thank you guys again. So tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner if you haven't already. Double tap the screen to like the stream as well. And but yeah, I just want to thank you guys for being a big part of the show. You guys are incredible. Too good to be true, man. Sometimes it's all too good to be true. Let's see. All right, but yeah, we're at 9,495 subscribers. We're only 5 subs away from getting to 9,500. Who is going to be the 9,500 subscriber? I don't know, but I love you guys anyway. Thank you, Annie. I appreciate you. BPD. Thank you so much as well. Big shout out to a few people. You know, you guys are incredible, man. Big shout out to Tim Smith. Big shout out to my boy Tylord, my boy Nathan. Lots of people. I want to shout out a lot of people. Thank you guys for being part of the quest to get to 10,000 and to have a crazy show. Look, this is really a reaction stream more than anything. I enjoy making content. I enjoy making a live show. Yeah, I'm just gonna call you Bob, man. Instead of BPD, I'm just gonna call you Bob. Thank you so much, Bob. I appreciate you, man. Bob, Annie, you guys all have an incredible night. Thank you guys for always like coming in. Even if you guys need to take a break from the show, I'm totally fine with that. I totally get it. But the reason I do the show is because I know that there's a lot of people out there that enjoy the show. And honestly, me knowing, you know, I'm just kind of brain dead tonight, you guys. I'm sorry. But knowing that you guys want to watch this show means the world to me. Like, it really does mean the world to me. And thank you, Mr. Nate Dogg. I appreciate it. Let me put this up on the board real quick here.
Talahasha says, Garza does what he does and we're just here for the ride.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Let's see here.
Braindead Diver says, I wish YouTube was never invented, so Garza could have been on national television every night.
I don't think I would have been allowed on national television, my man. I don't think I would have been allowed on national television.
Annie01200 says, love this show, Garza always will, buddy.
But as I always say, the ride that we're on, you know, I don't know what kind of ride we're on, but you know what? I take it one day at a time. I got big goals, right? I got very big goals in my life. Because I like to think big. I think the bigger you think, the better you do. One other piece of wisdom, you know, that I learned that I often repeat in my head every now and then when everything feels overwhelming is I remember the question, how do you eat an elephant? And the answer to that is one bite at a time. So even though my goals are really huge and they seem overwhelming to me sometimes, I ask myself, how do I obtain these goals? How do I get to these goals? One action at a time. One action here, one action here, one action here. But the goal is there as the destination, right? The goal is there as my destination. So like I said, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. It's one of my favorite quotes. I don't know who quoted it. I don't know the original quote master of the saying, but I will say it's one of my favorite sayings of all time. I'm tired. I could barely think straight. I've been streaming for about 4 hours already. I'm going to eat a sandwich, and then I'm going to go to bed. I love you guys. And we are out.